Hey everybody, welcome to me. Wow. My voice is weird. I've been yelling a lot, mostly because I was at a party right now. Hi everybody, I'm out of breath. Climbed a bunch of stairs in boots. I don't know why I said boots like that, but hey, I've been climbing upstairs in boots. It's just me. Nobody's over there yet. And they were talking about Willie Thrower before we left. Hi everybody, why is my voice so soft? Could it be because I was yelling? The DJ was really loud. I was at this political event. As you can see, my Ted Cruz gear. Fuck that guy. My voice is soft because I was yelling, eating charcuterie, drinking Dirty Shirley Temples, which, boy howdy, what a name for a drink. It's not a very good one. I don't know why I've been saying boy howdy a lot, but my girlfriend's amused by it. So it's around to stay, even though it's subconscious. Isn't that right? Nobody. Exactly. So yeah, I had just been running around, living my life. First day. Hello. Housekeeping. Who goes there? Hark. That's really creepy at that point. I don't hear footsteps, so it's probably Jordan. Are you going to make me get up to go see who it is? Somebody's at the door. I guess I gotta go get it. Swipe up to go home. How about I just go home? Seriously, somebody knocked? I don't know. Hey, ghost, keep him company. So just be careful. That's right, I said be careful because we're on air. Because apparently somebody left it on for fucking 10 hours last time we were on. Hi everybody. We're just doing, I was doing pre-show, and by pre-show I mean I'm not doing anything. How are you? Well, it's, yeah. Hi Ghost. Hey Jordan. Everyone's tired. Everyone, I don't know. I've brought a fucked up energy to this room.
No, we were just sleepy.
Okay.
I think everyone says have to work.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. There's TJ. He'll be over here on this side. I'm not a Blaxcellence. I'm not invited.
No, get out.
And Jordan, you could come on. What? You out of breath? Okay.
Yeah, bro, it's not easy.
No, they can't even hear you.
Sammy's stairs are from hell.
Yeah. Well, you're only gonna have to climb them like 7 more times. Because then I move. What are you guys going to do without me? Isn't that going to be weird? You're going to be talking to this guy? Yeah. That's fucking weird. They already live without me. I know. I don't do the shows. I was sick last Thursday.
We out here. Well, cookout. Party. How'd they log in and stream from my empty apartment? Woo! Lease is up.
Nobody wanted all my shit, so I'm taking it. They're not gonna know what to do. But I was bringing fucked up energy because I just got back from a work party thing that I was an hour and a half late to because of traffic, and I also had to deliver action figures because I had to sell a bunch of them because I bought a bunch of them, and I'm in that business of eBay. But I had to get my business out, and so I had to do that. But then one of the boxes I had is too big for the thing, so I had to go run around. And then I got thirsty, so I got A&W All-American Food Root Beer.
Where'd you get?
There's a Long John Silver A&W mixture. And
you were down south.
I was south. So
okay, that's off Ben White next to the
Yeah, don't tell them my secrets.
No, I used to live over there.
Well, they closed down for renovations, and I think they're more gross. But I got some fish, and I was like, I'm already down here. It's already going to take me forever to fight up north to deliver these packages. So, yeah, you can find me on eBay when I'm gone. Point is, y'all are here late. Let's get to the show. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I didn't even turn that light on. Up there.
About black shit, but I have a bunch of stuff.
Okay, black shit incoming. I miss you all. I love you all. Donate money so we can pay Key. Sure, do it.
What's going on with the internet?
Black people. Okay, black people. How you guys doing? Look, you getting this on a cold I don't know. I feel like winter was delayed here, so the vibes you're getting are us finally hitting winter and being very, very sleepy. But we can get ourselves energized just for you. We had, life. Well, that led to the show being a little bit tardy, but we're running on CPT time, so it's gonna be all right. But don't worry, we are keeping it beating and moving in today's show. So we got a lot for you, a lot of things that Jordan didn't get to talk to that I did want to give him an opportunity to talk to, and, with restraint. But hold up, you don't know who Sear.
Hi. That's all you get from me?
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Inquisitive.
Right.
But yeah, what's up, y'all? I don't know, man. When you get into that phase where you're just like a day where you just tired.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
me today. I'm tired.
Catching up.
I could take a nap again right now.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to for a good while.
Yeah.
Until the next day.
Yeah, until the next day.
You wake up in the middle of the night, that's your ass.
Yeah, we out here. Oh, look at that. Bad G saying, I see the 10s came out to play today. And I said, yeah. Yes, sir.
10s across the board.
100%. And the score's a skeleton. He's an 11. Or she. We don't really know the gender of that skeleton.
Intersex. We'll keep that, I guess.
Yeah, keep that true. But, what's up, y'all? Honestly, there's a lot for us to go over the show today.
Right.
And there's a lot of things y'all sent in. Hold up, is the chat working now?
The chat is working, I do believe.
Cool.
Yes, it
All
is.
right, I got to make sure you're good. You know what's so funny?
What's that?
You and Tommy, they're like, yeah, like y'all are the type who y'all will not be like, okay, the things, bro. No, y'all will make sure y'all can see the chat before the show starts.
Absolutely.
They like to engage, and we love to engage with y'all. So make sure y'all say what's up, say holla at us. We.
So, engage is a little stronger word.
Entertain,
Like to
tickle the ball a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make it. But so for someone, you know what, Jordan, I'm actually a little upset with you. For someone who's you always do this, and this is why it upsets me.
What are we talking about here?
You out here, and I know you, all right. You get and you do this thing where when the Eagles are losing, that's when I hear from you the most. But when they winning, you like, nah.
I've been quiet.
I'm watching from the shadows.
I've been quiet.
You've been real quiet, inquisitive, if you will.
Not even inquisitive. I just been quiet. Look, let them boys cook. I have nothing else to say. There's no words that needs to be expressed. Let their actions be about all the words that needs to be expressed. So we good.
See, that's that shit I hate. Because you know that if the Cowboys in the playoffs, it'd be a very different
If the Cowboys
energy.
in the playoffs, I wouldn't be watching the playoffs at all.
Yes, you would, but only because I want to see, opinions on the our side of the ball out of the way. Who do you want to be coming out of the? Who do you want to be coming out of these weeks and AFC games?
I mean, obviously, it would be my team, of course.
No, AFC games. AFC.
AFC. I mean, the Chiefs and the Ravens. Let's see that matchup again.
Cool. I'm thinking the Texans are gonna do something that's funny, and I would love to have a Texans Ravens championship, but only because hey, let's black out the Super Bowl. Black out the Super Bowl.
I can see why you want that. I mean, logistically, that's not possible, but
No,
see
logistically it is. What are you talking about? So if the Ravens
you think the Texans are going into Kansas City
and winning,
beating Kansas City?
well, I mean,
Is that what you're trying to say?
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course, but
As Jasmine Crockett say, "Ooh, child."
hell, I don't talk about. I can't get near that with the 10-foot pole.
I know.
But what I like to say is, I can at least make an allusion to. I don't like how much nonsense they throw Jasmine Crockett's way. It seems like every week one of them ladies out there of a certain complexion trying to get that woman who is very powerful and very well spoken to get off her. And you know what's crazy? You know, because I know you're in tune with this. And they're like, you know, the one who threatened to take it outside was the one who wasn't blamed. I'm confused. What can you do?
And on top of that, it's the same lady who claims that she was assaulted by trans activists and got them placed in the jail. I said, so you got assaulted, but now you want to assault someone else. Make it make sense. You know, so
it's a very confusing thing, but it always seems to stem around the same woman who's just existing, living. There's some about that power and the way she doesn't have weaknesses. To where they try and fight. It just makes them so upset. It makes them so upset. And it's always entertaining to watch because she carries herself so well.
Absolutely. You know, her and Joy Taylor are just trying to make it in life.
No, you stop that. You stop that. You know what my exact words were last week when we had to talk about those subjects? I know you didn't watch the show because my exact words were, thank the Lord, Jordan. This is Jordan's subject to a T.
If I had energy, I would, but no, I don't have that energy.
As soon as that Fox News came out, I said, "Oh no, Jordan's brewing." That's why I was so surprised because I know you got work, real life. I know that always has to take precedence, but I was so surprised. I was like, "Oh, I'm surprised he ain't on this show." This is 100% his topics for the sports show, but that's okay.
I want you all to get the cooking on that topic.
We cooked for a while.
Y'all bring the professional aspect to it. So,
but there's some topics that do deserve a little bit of je ne sais quoi.
Really?
Little sprinkle, razzle dazzle of unfiltered negrosity.
Who said that when I was on the show a couple of weeks ago, a while back?
Oh man,
it's like you can't just create new words. I'm like, there you go, negrosity,
negrosity, all right,
negrosity.
It's just us bringing our unauthentic little bit of edge selves.
Yeah.
But okay, so I do have quite a bit of stuff that the team, and by team I mean our lovely folks who have been our fans all week, have dropped for us to chat through and talk. And I'm talking, they've been building up for Blaxcellence for the last few weeks. And so don't worry, y'all. Anything we missed today, we've got a couple more sprinkled because, I got to cram in two before, during next month because it's Black History Month and it's the last Black History Month. So I got to make sure we do it. And I'm going to try and do it big and do it fun. So there might be some, because I don't think you were on the last one where we did Black Jeopardy, so I got to make sure.
I was on that one.
You were on the Black Jeopardy one, right? So I got to bring that back with a lot of ferocity. No, you were. Yeah, and if I'm doing Black Jeopardy, I'm gonna make some phone calls, see if I can get some special folks, some special folks on some real special folks on too.
Carly Russell.
So shut up. So here we go. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a couple of those topics that folks had shared my way, so we can start to chit chat about the things that you had that you had maybe not seen in this Discord. And this is coming straight from Senior Two Phones. I promised you I'd chit chat about it. I'm going to go ahead and pull this article up. But, oh, man, before I get into everything, hey, Jordan, how's life been treating you, man?
Good. Just quiet.
But you like quiet sometimes.
I like it all the time.
Nah, you like a sprinkler at you, but you like quiet most of the time.
Yeah, most.
You know what I mean? Because, hey, there might be a weekend where you like, let me go out and about, but I know you like your peace.
Absolutely.
And, and you know what? I like to ask this question to people because, oh my God. I was thinking about it today because, our lease is coming up in the next few months, or not, in June. What's your motivation to move spots?
The neighborhood, absolutely. Neighborhood, price. I think those are the two factors when it comes to moving to a new spot.
And what would okay, I'm not gonna doubt too much where you are. What motivates you to move from your current spot? Do you like where you at?
No.
You don't.
I don't like where I'm at.
So you would adjust.
Yeah, I would adjust. I would
Okay.
go somewhere else.
Have you done all sides of town yet?
No. What is that?
What I mean by all sides of town is
okay. I get what you're saying.
because I mean I've stayed south central. I've stayed south central, north now,
Right.
but I haven't done east or west. You know,
Right.
so I've been very like lateral
Linear.
and
I won't
it,
say linear.
yeah,
Up and down.
I mean,
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So I said that if I were to like jet, the problem is, you know, I like north. I like
It's convenient.
it's convenient. I like where I'm at.
Yeah.
But if
I seen your apartments.
if I had to adjust, don't say it like that.
Right, you haven't been to mine.
I said if I had to jet, I don't. You know, it's like because East would have to be like east, but like closer to downtown. But I don't want that because I don't want to live downtown anymore.
Yeah.
And if I think I've told people this before, but if I were to live downtown, I wouldn't live downtown somewhere in Austin. I want to live downtown, cause I would want to do it in another city.
Yeah.
Like, cause that would seem more. Like to me, I go Austin downtown. I'm like, cool, all right, let me get my ass out of here.
Yeah.
Cause nothing's too far. You're not too far from downtown.
Yeah.
And they shit west. They ain't jack diddly shit west except feeling more wealthy. And then more wealthy people are bored.
What's west of here?
West of so I'd say west of Central, which I mean I'm talking like the hills. And you start to get into like, you know, like the nice neighborhoods. There's apartments over on 360, you know. So so that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I've been in that area.
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah, it's a little more
Gated communities.
Yeah,
What is a gate?
that's a question. What is a gate?
What is a gate?
But I'd also said, you know, what is it? Leander
Leander?
Leander's far.
Yeah, it's past Georgetown.
Yeah, no. Leander is that way. It's past. It's like you're heading up to. Do you know where the H Mart is up there? No. Oh, okay.
It's like Lakeline?
Yeah, Lakeline.
Oh, okay.
Past Lakeline is
Okay.
Leander.
I did not know.
And that area is nice too. Like it's actually really, really nice. It's just out of the way.
Yeah.
And they don't have a hub like the Domain to kind of facilitate that. Like if I have an itch to scratch.
I don't want to go downtown, so I have my own local downtown near me. More convenient.
And I just think they need to do more situations like the Domain all across Austin to make every place incentivized.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been to Mueller recently, and Mueller's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
It is.
So that would be the East, but Mueller's... I couldn't even afford to breathe in Mueller's. Couldn't even afford to... Mueller said, I don't think you're allowed here, boy. I said, oh, all right.
Serenity, they like hills because they can look down on those poor people.
Well, I mean, the poor people look real nice when you high up. You can't see it when you're up
You
there.
can't see nobody.
Yeah. Have you noticed that?
It's all pollution.
Yeah. When you notice that the air is cleaner, and you can't notice the problems when you high
I
up.
can breathe.
Um,
Allergies are clear.
And you know that's how they rich because hey, you know, like you can't even, you know, because you can order Uber out there, but that's expensive.
That is very. I've door dashed out there, like out in that area, and it's completely pitch dark. The only lights you get is the lights to their house, and it's just winding roads, a lot of hills. It's just. I'm glad I'm not even doing that anymore. So, but yeah. Those rich neighborhoods are something else.
They also tip good when you do that.
What's that?
Yeah. So that's where you want to get the Uber. Because I did Uber Eats too. So I was like,
But if you're gonna do that, if you live in those neighborhoods, you're gonna DoorDash. You better tip well.
I mean, because they do. They usually do.
Not all of them.
I said, you know, for my luck, they usually do. But there is like a transition point where like now they stop. Like it's like there's a certain sweet spot of houses where I'm like, yeah, you know, because
Open the door, nigga.
that's why I think someone was surprised. But now they but needless to say, we had a couple of very interesting developments that have happened in the black space. First and foremost, Coming from Senior 2 Phones, my bad. I did a little build up, then we got sidetracked. TikTok prankster Wolfie Coletti, aka Charles Smith, has faces a felony charge for spraying bug spray on supermarket produce. Now, let me put you some context here, Jordan, because I know you didn't see the video. Okay, time out. Can I answer this question? Where's Tommy? The nigga ain't here. If one of us ain't here, I don't know.
He gone.
Right?
Stop asking.
A life got in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He busy.
Yeah, he busy. That's why he's not here. If it were something dramatic, we'd tell you.
That would be off the rip. A disclaimer.
I don't hate y'all asking, but I just be like, what y'all expect us to say?
Where Tommy at? Building fences, man. Leave him alone.
Same question is like, where Jordan at? Nigga's busy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Because I don't know how I'm supposed to answer that question.
You can't ignore it because they're just gonna keep asking.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, if you see someone who's not here, assume they just busy, y'all.
They can't make it.
Yeah,
okay.
they can't make it.
They send their regards.
Yeah, they especially said they regard, especially Tommy. Tommy don't give no explanations.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Cool. I'll see you when I see you, brother.
Yeah.
That's what you just have to do. No negative to him. He's allowed to do that. I was like, I'm giving y'all the same. Like, yeah, the question always gets answered the exact same way. I don't know.
We're gonna continue to answer that way until further notice.
Yeah, let me give you the range of how explanations work. Tommy don't give none. Jordan just don't give none. And I tell you what, I don't really give that much either. So usually it assumes we're busy. Just giving you a hard time. But yeah, don't love this. So to give you a bit of context here, because I don't think you saw the video and I don't think I have it. But essentially what happened was he went through a store and he was spraying bug spray on all of the produce there. Now granted, I'm not defending him here, but he did buy everything he sprayed it on. Right?
Don't matter.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you can see that
why? What was the point of doing that?
It was a prank.
What was the point of the prank?
That's you're getting to my thing.
Right.
What was the point if you're gonna buy everything? Because there's no pranking. It's shock factor. It's like it's like it's shock factor in the sense of, cool, you see this shocking thing and then you remediate it immediately, which, hey, we've made progress in the prank world to where, they've actually remediate the problem quicker. Right. But it's always a matter of, like, people forget pranks are supposed to be harmless inherently. If someone in that split moment of time, like, because you're spraying it and you're doing it in a sneaky fashion so people don't see it, but you're recording it, but you're doing it in a sneaky fashion so people don't see it. The problem is, if anyone ingests those types of things, that's problematic.
How long did it take for you to go back and buy these produce? Did you just spray it while you were filming it, and then once you were done, you went back and took all the items that you sprayed? Was this like immediate, or was this a delay, like a 5-10 minute delay? Because although it may be small, somebody may have bought those items that you sprayed, and they could have got killed. So, or they could have got sick. So, I'm just still trying to wonder the point of this prank. I'm still baffled as he bought everything to protect himself from the store.
Yep, because the story says once he left and he began to see comments saying how horrible the act was, he decided to return and collect the items. So now I have to go back on my, at least you bought it. No, fuck you, bro. Because
you didn't buy it for your own volition. You bought it because someone else clowned you on. Oh my God.
And the other part is, it was fresh produce, so fruits and vegetables, and the rotisserie chickens. And I'll just say simply, first of all, you
oh, say, he gotta mix it up. It can't all just be white.
Hey, this is a big call out. If you don't wash your produce, always wash your produce.
Absolutely.
If you're not someone who washes your produce, always wash your produce, including your bananas, even though you don't eat the outsides. Right. Give them a little rinse. You don't know what's on it. The other note here is, there's no winning from this because ultimately it's a waste of food.
Well, yeah, because what is he gonna do with it? Is he gonna wash it?
No, he's gonna throw it away. So not only are you wasting food, you're toxicking and potentially harming individuals and killing people. I don't even know how that one worked. You sprayed the outside of the bag on the rotisserie chicken. Like, that's just a minor inconvenience. At least in that case, but you can't be doing that.
How do you just spray? You just walk by. What the fuck you do?
It don't make no sense. And it's not the type of prank that is even funny or delivers on an appropriate interaction.
There's nothing funny about this.
And I'm not even one of the, because I don't like prank. I've never been a person who's been pro prank culture. I think pranked is the only framework that it would make sense because those people are rich.
Right.
And like, it's someone who likes them that's like doing like an outlandish thing that makes you be like,
step one, be likable.
Be likable, be in a controlled environment, and there's considerations to it. But I think the bigger thing is, I've also liked those ones where they do something kind of nice, or like someone is like catcalling, but catcalling and like with genuine compliments, like random shit. But if you're gonna prank, right, it's either something super small that's genuinely funny, which is already hard to do because people don't know how to be funny.
Yeah, that's true. Or just be harmless.
Or be harmless. People have to be mean, vile, and provide some level of vitriol because they think, and it does eventually get views and provide entertainment for people. But if you get joy out of these things, which I don't know who you are, you psychopath. It's not a.
You're an agent of chaos. You just like chaos. There's no other explanation behind that. Why else would anyone do something ridiculous? I thought we reached the level of stupidity when we're selling bath water to people in mason jars. Like, I thought that was the level of stupidity we reached, but this just takes the cake. Or our
That's
people,
what it looks like. Yeah, I know.
I mean, is that how he appeared? Is that how they got him? Like that's how they got him on that day?
On his mugshot, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever they got him. That's how they got him. And I said that if I have to have a mugshot, you about to see me fly. See me, I gotta make sure my shit's
I'm about
straight.
to say some disrespectful shit, but I'm not gonna do that because we're on the eve of MLK. We're gonna honor him and his legacy. Go ahead, sir.
Nah, but it's again. Here you go. Court records say that Smith makes $6,000 to $10,000 a month on TikTok. Dude, you live in a life that's fantastic, that people dream of, where you're able to be a creator, be creative, and instead of transforming that into a stream of manageable income that is healthy and sustainable, you've now found yourself in a court case scenario. It's dumb. It's dumb. I hate people. It's people who have been given a greatest amount of fortune who decide to do the dumbest shit. Like, you get all this shit, you get all this wealth, you've made it. $6,000, $10,000 a month. Anybody would kill for $120,000 a year before tax.
Yeah, right.
You're making six figures a year before tax. That's not including brand deals. That's not including anything else. That's just straight from your TikTok videos and I'm assuming your other forms of ad revenue. And honestly, if you're making $10,000 a year, if you diversify that income every month and actually put it into different streams and the amount of times you could spread out the different videos that you have, you can make a reoccurring revenue that is unmatched. But you decided that you wanted to waste your time and fuck around and you found out. So fuck all that, man. Fuck that.
In addition to that, Rakeem, so wait, Serenity, I don't just go after any black woman. There's a one specific woman or two that I tend to go after. There's two.
There's one. Yeah,
two.
Well, one that's run your fade.
Right. That's one. The second one, to Rakeem's point, is not even just that of poor mothers or poor families who have to go there and eat that food, but the fact that you chose this as a form of content. Are we at this particular point where I will say this, not even just that. I used to be so intrigued about that Chris Hansen thing, when he's to catch a predator, because he was working with law enforcement to get these individuals off the streets. They need to be put behind bars. And I completely 100% agree. And I love the work that he does. But then now we're making content to where these random folks, not part of any organization, going up to these dudes and just beating them up because you placed them in a hard spot. They can't call the police because they did this. So now it's like giving them opportunity to beat them up. And I'm just like, is this the content that we're now subjected to?
Because don't make me sit here, man, don't make me, because what was it? I think the most recent one that I read was about some 22-year-old and 18-year-old. Now they're just doing it to do it, right? Because, you know, look, that's what I think I've always said. It's like, if you're in college, that's just college age, right?
Yeah.
That's just like, it's like, oh, hey, like that's the range is 21 to 21, 22, 18, 19 is when you're in college. Well, I wasn't talking to freshmen when I was a senior. One my thing.
Right.
That's not unreasonable. That's not unheard of.
Right.
That's not illegal.
Right.
Can't just knock niggas out because they're trying to go on a date with someone who's of college age.
Yeah, but I just don't get that type of content now. But we're celebrating it because, of course, the subject in that situation it's dealing with child predators, you know, stuff like that. But still, it's we're subjected to this type of level of bullshit. So I'm just
because it's not
it
in a
ain't Monique.
It's not. It's not Monique. Because it's not in a protected and filtered perspective. Like you know, hey, like at the end of the day, like don't get twisted. I'm not about to sit here and defend anyone who does those kinds of things.
Absolutely not.
However, and if they were, and of course, there's a different route of like you're not doing it out of the genuineness of your heart. That's the problem.
Thing. Absolutely.
Because to be honest, anyone that you have these records against, you submit that to law enforcement and you call it a day.
Yeah.
You can have and work ways that this feels genuine, or you know what? If one of these sites doesn't do the beat up per se, right? Like, because you don't, like, again, there's a facility and faculty for these things, but they were to submit this information and all their ad revenue went to people who suffer through abuse and things of that nature, then you know that you coming out the gate and you being for real.
Right.
You being for real, right? But they're not doing that. People have continuously, yes, we've been in a world where people thrive on negative connotations for implicit value.
Yeah.
They find joy out of other people's suffering. And it's sickening in the sense of like, you know, and I think that everybody has something that's kind of funny in terms of, oh, hey, like seeing another team that you like lose. That's funny, but that's not harming anyone. It's a game.
It's
a controlled
competition. Yes. But that was one of the questions I want to ask. I'm going to wait, but it's just go off on him, Serenity. Absolutely. But it's just going back to this guy again, just ridiculous. How do we get to this point? And even I thought Cod Sinet, when he was giving away those PlayStations, I think, in New York, I thought that was ridiculous. Even though that was, I get it. I thought that was ridiculous. This is just like the guy that's in Korea, the brother there.
Yeah, we talked about it, Johnny Somali.
Yeah, that dude. Like, what's the point of doing this? Because it can't be no longer about clout anymore. It just can't be about clout.
No, it is enabling people who have a delta.
That's a mental.
That's something that's
an illness.
That there's something erroneous that has been disconnected from their upbringing, from their race. Because once you get that synapses, right? Once you get that joy, that dopamine, that adrenaline rush from doing these activities, you're like, I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
And you know, some people get it from alcohol, some people do it from doing dumb shit. Yeah. And I want to be very clear here. I don't want to put Kai Cenat in even close to the same camp. He wasn't doing a prank. He was genuinely trying to. But he was a young dude who didn't know the implications of his impact, right? That's a very different thing than someone intentionally being malicious. And I don't care what you say, I'm not stupid enough to, like, that's some shit that you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you want to know, that'd be some dumb shit a 10, 11-year-old would do. And you'd be like, oh my God, I didn't see my kid.
Right.
He was doing something really stupid. Like, you know, that's something that someone who hasn't had who isn't 27, by the way, 27 years old. So he's in my camp. Now he's in my range. I'm not 27, but he's in my range where I'm like, now you're my generation. You should be stupid.
I'm still just trying to figure out why. The why is the most important part of this whole story as to why do this in the first place. What was the meaning behind the bug spray and is it because of pesticide situations? Like, oh my God, you got to make sure you wash your fruit. I don't know. It's just the why is the biggest thing I am curious about in this situation. Fucking guy, man. He looked crazy too. In that damn mugshot, he looked a mess.
I don't know.
Did you show that picture?
Hold on, let me go back to the article. I got you. Yeah. Nah, he looked like someone who'd do that though. You know what I'm saying? He looked like that. Looks like a match made in heaven. He looked like he was sniffing that bug.
Fucking
bro.
hair split apart like the Cynthia the dog.
Bro, like that's a Batman villain. You know?
That motherfucking hair. Look at that man hair, man. Bro. Look at that dude hair.
Nah, bro, that's not doing him no good. That's not doing him no good.
Clout is the worst drug. Juke.
No, because I mean, I could, and don't get it twisted. Again, I could totally imagine a world where, I mean, to be honest, not really my mom would have slapped the taste out of me, but I can imagine a world where, like, me being famous at 13 would make me think like I'm some hot shit.
Yeah.
I would never harm people, but I'd definitely be like, oh yeah, like I'd be some hot shit. I can talk which way I'd want to. Probably wouldn't be the best person to be around, if that makes sense.
Probably.
I don't think anyone is, like, right? Like, if you were intercepted at that young age. Now, there's people who know how to move with it and be appropriate and you know how to be humble about those things, but it takes a hard thing to be humble and
rich.
And rich, you know? And the other part is, there's people who are assholes online who've course corrected. And while it doesn't justify your previous actions,
I don't know why I thought Shane Dawson, like, that's the wrong person you want to break up.
No, that's not the right one. But there was a guy who was wasting food, like, and he used to, like, he was this dude who would waste like shit tons of food.
Really?
Like, and he was just making these food videos, and no one, and then, you know, he has completely shifted his angle, and it's been like, you know, he did it for like a year or two or whatever, got himself famous. Then he shifted his entire angle to be, you know, the exact opposite.
Nice.
Provide food for shelters, because it wasn't even like, again, it goes back to the, let me pull this up. It goes back to the entertaining thing where it's like, who waste food. Yeah, it was Weisel Dodd. He used to do, let me see his videos. Because I know food waste isn't a big thing to everybody, but I am someone who's like, you know, like, and don't get it twisted, you know, I'm not always, like, no, I'm not good at produce sometimes. I get it. But clearly wasting food? Nah, I've never been someone who's...
No, wait. If the food is nasty, you would waste that. If you got, are we talking about just going to the grocery store and getting that type of food, or we're going to a restaurant?
Oh, well, restaurant,
you know,
like, you know, that's a little bit different. But yeah, no, I think how do I put it? That is a little bit different if you're like at a restaurant. But even then, even when I don't like something, I'll usually try and finish it. I have very few.
Hell no.
I have very few. No, let me phrase that. I have very few things that I'll full out toss out. But if it's like an unhealthy thing and I don't like it, I don't eat it. If it's like something like if it's vegetables and stuff and I'm like, I just don't like this balsamic taste or something, I'll still stomach that. Because it's like there's like I have
it's vegetables. You can still tolerate that.
There's a net benefit. Yeah. But if like I ordered this Philly cheesesteak one time, it tasted terrible. I didn't eat it. Like, I'm not like if you're not gonna taste good. Yeah. I know it wasn't from a place, because there's actually, I mean, I should probably tell you, like, man, there's a delicious Philly cheesesteak spot.
I thought you were about to say Charlie's.
Oh, no, not Charlie's. Okay. Charlie's is different. I know what to expect when you go to, like, you know what I mean? It's like the McDonald's. It's like the McDonald's.
Philly cheese.
Like, I knew what I was getting myself into. Yeah. Because I used to eat that shit at the mall growing up. So I knew what I was getting into with that. Yeah, this was the
ice cream, chocolate syrup,
yeah,
sprinkler, okay, perfect, ice cream.
See, just.
Come on, guys. We got like 6.
Why
So
are
he
you
just.
shitting
Oh,
guns?
hey, whoa. No. Hey. Whose algorithm is that? Whose algorithm is that?
Are you watching Spank video?
Yeah, how we go?
Damn.
How we go to food from food to ass? What we doing here?
Damn, that can't. Ooh, wait. That thing sitting up in there like a bell pepper, boy.
Let me run that back.
Right.
But nah.
We did get caught in 4 games. Damn.
Yeah, we got caught for a loop. But nah, like you just got to be considerate to these types of things. And I guess, and I tell everybody, look, everybody has the thing that they're maybe a little bit more privy to, and I can't fault people for having some things that they're just not in tune with. Just be considerate and conscientious of those things, right? Because I know not everybody is like a recycling nut, right? And, I'm not perfect at it, but I try and be intentional about recycling. I mean, my apartment complex just doesn't make it easy, right? Like, but, and then food waste, I try and be intentional about it, but I know I'm not going to be perfect all the time. But don't be intentionally being disruptive towards these efforts, right?
I think my question is, and not to harp too much on this, when coming up with a game plan as you decide, hey, I want to be a content creator, first I understand what type of content you want to create, but then who's your target audience? And I say that because we just saw this man here prior to him being saved, sanctified in the Holy Spirit. Who was his target audience? Same thing with the other gentleman the main topic. Who was his target audience? Who's he trying to target this to? Does he think that these folks are funny? Because I'm just trying to figure out how does that work if I'm coming up with that type of game plan. I'm gonna say, hey, what's good with food?
Well, I think the problem is how do I put it? There is we're vocal about our disdain, and there are vocal people online about the disdain, but there's just as many people who are probably entertained by these things because it's matching an energy that they don't necessarily. How do I put it? They don't necessarily are not necessarily willing to put themselves out there and do it. It's kind of like again
Projectile.
It's kind of like a certain demographic of people who are on X who will say a lot of things, but you meet them in the face and they'd never actually be able to say those kinds of things, right? It's this barrier of entry where you're able to kind of be like, oh, you'll see them on every comment of every villainous post being like, I agree, all that kind of stuff. And it's the same notion with these kinds of things as well. But those are people who are not doing content creation out of the love of the game. They're doing content creation out of the love of the pocket, right? And there could be.
Aren't we all though? I mean, in some ways, doing the content creation out of pocket. I mean,
no. I mean, how'd I put it? I think no. Actually, no. I don't think so. Because
in the beginning,
yeah.
But over time, you become a different person. We are blessed to be in a position to where we're not content. I mean, I would consider us content creators, but I mean, in our daily lives, I think that right now we have been blessed to be able to say, okay, I can now pay this backwards. I can pay it forward. In the beginning, you can be like, yeah, I need to make this money. But how am I going to do that specifically without coming off as a jackass?
I would say that, and that's the problem. And from a marketing and like kind of like what I've seen be effective for content creators is the moment you focus on the money is the moment that it stops working unless you're doing something outlandish.
It stops becoming fun.
And it stops becoming fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you can't be motivated to your point, a lot of people would like to make it a career, but I've seen some people who don't necessarily, and they just like to do it for the love of the game. But I think the more important thing is the reason why there are some who thrive as well as they do is coming from a place of authenticity and coming from a place of sustainability because they enjoy what they do. And don't get twisted. Like, I think once you get to a certain place, money can definitely be a motivator. Like she
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
That dude
make him. But there's also other content creators. Like there's content creators who will openly admit he's like, I have an absolute unreasonable amount of money and I don't know what to do with it, and so they just give it away. Like you have people who do that. Yeah. You have people who and I've always said, if I ever hit that level of content love, right, which I've actually tightened my belt up and got into my own shit finally. But if I reach that content level, I want to do like warehouse. Like I want to have that like I want to be that type of guy who gets a warehouse and like renovates that shit and does content there, that type of thing. Because I'm like I've kind of figured out my lane of like what I actually enjoy and what I like to do. But it's so fascinating to see. Like, again, but I can also understand, there are people who do content creation coming from a place of like, we're trying to make this work, but I think that's a different level of making it work. Yeah. Like, I think Kaya is actually a good come up, and that whole team Amp, like they were figuring it out. In the beginning.
Hit their stride.
And they hit their stride, and they made streaming. But it was like, you can see, like, he runs it like a business, and he's very particular about the business. And, like, and you have to treat it like you have to treat it like a business when it gets to that point. Yeah. But you still have to have fun with it, right? Yeah. And I think there's a healthy middle ground where that can work.
Absolutely.
And also, I would never want content creation to be my only source of income. That would give me.
Once I get to that point to where I can actually invest. Absolutely.
I would say like I'd probably keep working a daytime job for the health insurance. Right.
I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine. Said if I win the lotto, I'm still working.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have no one on my bang.
I don't care how big that jackpot is. I'm still working.
Yeah, I need people to not know I have money. Right. I'd literally pay my company, be like, hey yo, don't ask questions. Yeah. Make me part time. Yeah. let's make this, man. Help me, help y'all, help us, help.
Mr. B's next video. I gave Black America reparations.
Actually though.
What would reparations look like in his
and who gets it?
Right. And who gets it?
Okay, cool. Now, I ain't gonna harp on this. I ain't gonna harp on this because I don't wanna drag him through the mud.
Who, me? You said drag who through the mud?
I don't want to drag anybody through the mud. But I do have to talk about some foolishness happened for some black rappers.
Oh my God.
Cause I'm locked up, won't let me out. We got two, not one, but two people who decided to throw themselves into the wolves of foolishness. One being, again, I don't feel any joy from this. But
seeing TJ's toes on the table tap dancing.
I don't get any joy from this. I don't like to see, because I know how impactful this person is to people, right? But Busta Rhymes charged with assault after allegedly punching a man in the face in Brooklyn. And I'm gonna say this.
Can I know this is a deeper cut?
Can I know this?
I don't get any joy, but I'm happy.
No, I don't get any joy from this. I don't get any joy from this. I don't get any joy from this. That said, I kind of when I tell people, now motherfucker was about to like was ready to fight at that time. This cosigns that. Like, to be fair, he stands on business. He's consistent. He's consistent through the years. I also will note that this is Brooklyn, and I feel like you should be able to throw fists in Brooklyn.
You should be able to just turn around and just clock a motherfucker.
Nah, I feel like it has to be net neutral. Like it has to be like, one exchange of talk, and then it's just.
Wait, what did he get arrested for? Besides he punched the dude, like set up the scenario, like what happened?
No, it was just the fight occurred inside a building at the corner of J Street and Front Street in Dumbo. And
I despise that name. Go ahead.
And yeah, they had apparently had known each other. So this was just like and actually,
why are you fighting in public?
And why are you fighting in public? And second, if I know the person, I shouldn't have to be arrested. Yeah. I feel like that should be like a qualifier.
It's a mutual combat thing. I know him. We good. I just had to give him a few lumps, but we good now. We're fine.
I know. I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, there should be qualifications for fighting, because you want to know what makes me upset. No joke. This actually want to make me upset. How come fights? will get somehow these fights will get people arrested more than guns will. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, we should be encouraged. Like, I would much rather. Yeah, I've said this before. I would much rather you handle your business with your fist. Take that L if you got to take that L.
Right.
But y'all both live to talk another day. Give me a ticket and keep it moving.
You lost when you lost a shoe. When you lose a shoe, you lost.
You lost, right? Like, but the motherfuckers will be like, oh yeah, like, why are we disincentivizing people from handling this in a professional fashion, if you
They
will?
were in the alley like Harlem Nights, just throwing it. Man, boy, stop it. Stop it.
Also, it was a 52-year-old and a 50-year-old man. Like, these niggas know each other.
Right. Are y'all still fighting at this age? Y'all should be more mature than that.
Yeah. Also, I have money.
Right?
What? He was just in a Walmart commercial.
You trying to show white people you're harmless.
Yeah, like, this is not for the
It's bad.
credit. Bro, Busta Rhymes, you should take notes out of the book of Snoop. Snoop knew how to navigate this. Snoop wouldn't be fighting. Snoop would not be fighting.
I was like, man, who could have mentored that man that sprayed the bug spray on the fruit? Busta Rhymes could have mentored. Never mind.
Nah, I mean, but like, you know, but I will say that this one is more in the camp of, I don't like this because, hey, it's two 50-year-old dudes in some corner fighting. Leave them alone. Literally, if you want to, we ain't got to arrest them. Just give them a fucking,
Go, just go. Go yourself.
yeah, just,
go.
hey, here's a ticket. Don't do this in public next time. Keep it moving. Don't be out here blasting this all about. And then, you know, because you want to know what this encourages? It's like, oh, well, if I'm going to go to jail anyway for fighting, just dumb.
Just downright stupid.
Just stupid. That said, Method Man.
It's kind of disappointing. But
He was involved in an assault
not at Crunch Fitness.
at Crunch Fitness. So let's go ahead and see the context here.
He making minimum wage.
No, I don't think he. Wait, yeah, Method Man punched some dude who ain't making minimum wage. Might be the case.
I would see better at Gold's Gym, maybe. But Crunch Fitness?
You know.
Oh shit! Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, I got what you. I found. I clicked you.
Crunch Fitness is the Waffle House of the fitness world.
It's not exactly expensive. But hey, he might like. But you know, actually, you know, I'm gonna defend him a little bit. You know, sometimes people do like that more like low key entry, like you know, because
Okay.
you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
like because it's like, you know, because you know, I go to Big Tex and Big Tex isn't fancy,
Yeah.
but it's not cheap. It's just not fancy.
Yeah.
You know, and so
But you're gonna get a workout out of it.
But you're gonna get a workout at it. And trust me, I've had a lifetime membership. Yeah, that was so expensive. I don't like. Lifetime was nice though. They had sauna had on 9. But 53-year-old Method Man
Another old nigga in the club.
allegedly punched Patrick Sequoia, 28, in the face 7 times with a close. First of all, how'd you count? Yeah.
What was those things he wanted?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could get 3 more.
Oh, you open hand? That don't count. You
That
have
don't
to
count.
close fist.
Yeah. Why they have to specify with a closed fist? Like, we didn't assume that if I'm getting punched in the face, it's going to be with the closed
Did you
fist.
just let him go rapid, just back to back to back to back without throwing any hands?
And apparently, the alleged assault was a result of a relationship Sequoia had with the rapper's daughter more than a decade ago. So the alleged victim reported Smith had brought pain to his face and felt dizzy, but refused medical attention at the scene.
What? That must have been some sort of relationship 10 years ago.
Apparently, Method Man wasn't arrested at the scene, but he wasn't arrested. And hey, that looks like a nice Crunch Fitness, though. That looks like an unassuming Crunch Fitness. You know what I mean? Look at that right there. That looks like an unassuming Crunch Fitness. That said, to your point, right? Hey,
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
hey, I don't know what happened between, you know, his daughter and this dude, right? And there could be a lot of reasons, right?
Yeah.
To be honest, be honest, I'm not even gonna fault Method Man 100% on this one. You should not put hands on people, but I really don't know what happened in that relationship because, you know, to be honest, if I had a daughter, and it don't matter if y'all dated when she was 18 or she was 30, if you did some heinous stuff and I see you in the flesh, I might have to catch it. Yeah, I might have to catch a case. But there's a limit to the heinousness, right? But again, Method Man has money. So,
right, again, but this situation here is so different because although both individuals threw hands, one got arrested and one didn't get arrested, right? Method Man didn't get arrested, right? Or he did.
I guess, and this was also by the NYPD, so I really feel like they just kind of pick what the nigga actually punched him 7 times in the face. What are we talking about here?
Just let it go, guys. Just go. Just go work out another crunch location. God damn. Show that crunch location again.
You out here being like that. That's not a bad location. That looks kind of nice.
Why it look like a fucking Popeyes?
That kind of looks nice.
You know what? I'm gonna let it go. I told MLK before I came here I was gonna keep it 100, keep it peaceful.
But he does. Apparently, he denies the allegations as reported, and has been subject to the arrest, and hasn't been subject to any arrest. So, but Method Man, let me be honest with you. Again, this goes into the same camp of, like, I know, because I know scenarios where someone is like, you know, punched somebody in the face and that person has passed away. Semicolon, however, again, like to have some context here.
It's weird.
These are both, like, one's a scenario where it was 2 50-year-olds fighting. Leave them old niggas alone.
Oh, man.
And then, you know, like, and none of these were random acts of violence in the sense of, like, they didn't know that person. They were just punching them out.
Right.
These are both like, that dude dated my daughter and must have had to have done something.
But it's having these.
But if you didn't do anything, then of course not.
It's that young man mentality. Like, why am I 52 years old trying to throw hands with somebody at a establishment in public?
That's the other thing. I've always said, you know, if you really got beef with someone, you say, hey, you know, let's go to a boxing ring. Let's short this out. Let's go to a controlled environment where we can duke out because y'all have money like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, put your money where your mouth is.
But the question is, how do you get to that point?
If I see him.
No.
If I see him, like, hey,
no.
I don't like you very much, and I'd like to sort out my feelings.
Right, but how do we get to that point without throwing hands? Like, there had to have been some medians there to be like, okay, before we even get to throwing hands, can we talk this out?
Oh, yeah.
You know
should
what
be
I'm
able to
saying?
communicate.
At 52 years old, you should be like, okay.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, one bad hit to the chest, and you don't know what'll happen at 50. But no, to me. Let me put some other context here. To me, there's a qualifications here. Because like I said, with Busta Rhymes' case, there might have been barriers, and they were like, let's take it outside. Well, this sounds like a situation where they were like, let's just take this outside.
Yeah, right.
Method Man situation sounds like this was on site. If I see him, the next time I see him, I'm gonna knock his lights out.
Oh, this nigga's on the elliptical. Wait till he get off this motherfucker. I'm ready.
Yeah, but again, I'm not going. Again, I mean, I'm understanding enough to say I'm not blaming Method Man. Keep your hands to yourself. You're 50. But I said when it comes to pass. Again, I know that there are scenarios. If I'm being 100% honest, if I had a kid,
that's fair.
And I'm talking heinous.
That's
then
fair.
To protect. Because hey, if I put, you know, I gotta do something.
What if she's like 32? What if she's like 30?
Well, it said 10 years ago. So it was a relationship from 10 years ago.
So he was like 40 something, but I'm talking about how old was she?
No, it's because the dude sounds like he was 18 at the time. So it must have been his daughter was probably around that time. Yeah, like 18, around then. That's what I said. Heinous. Has to be something heinous. But I'm not justifying an 18-year-old being a fool.
Oh my God. That's no. No, man. This kid he could have changed. He could have changed his ways.
Jordan, like I said, I'm with you 95%. I get it. I'm not co-signing this. But there's a 5% thing where if you just a vile dude.
Yeah. I mean, not all of us were vile people at 18.
No, I was actually
productive.
I was like licking lollipops and chewing on bubble gum. I was so innocent. Yeah. Like you'd walk around and flowers would grow around me. That's like,
he's Mother Nature.
yes.
Mother Teresa. But
That's like alcohol. That's the sinner's drink.
It's 18 years old. I mean, they have no sense of moral compass. He could have changed. So it doesn't. It still doesn't.
No, time out. You do have no. You have a sense of moral compass.
At 18?
Yes.
Some of us don't.
Some of
I'm
us
not speaking
do.
about myself. No. But I'm just saying,
No. That feels very self.
No. But I'm just saying, generally. Well, I was saying generally. I mean, we're still trying to figure things out at 18. This man could have changed. It doesn't look good for Method Man for me. Not in your 50s beating up somebody in their 20s. Method Man said I made 36 chambers in my 20s. I wish I could say mutual combat. One way, would they both throw hands? Because he got popped in the face 7 times. That don't sound mutual to me.
Yeah, that's I said. Mutual combat, I'm supportive of in supplied environments. And then y'all both live to see another day, and y'all guys can go along your way. Because at the end of the day, I think people just like again, and this is why I encourage it. Street fight, y'all guys gonna get your energy out. You guys gonna solve it. Or you might leave not liking each other. But at the end of the day, y'all guys gonna be alive to not like each other.
2 examples of nigga moments. God.
Just crash outs. Just true crash outs. It's actually kind of crazy.
Jeez.
Let's go with another story. So, this is not new. And Senior Two Phones, you know we got to talk about the new. But we did talk about this when it happened last year. And I will bring it up because I do think it'll provide an interesting topic perspective. Mm-hmm. So, Senior Two Phones shared with me a little story talking about how there was a Houston couple that was charging their guest $450 per ticket to attend their wedding. And apparently the wedding was, hey, you know what? They already paid $200,000 for the event, which covered the cost of the cake, deposit for the venue, a wedding dress, the DJ, and a photographer. And they were mad, and of course, the TikTok users were very mad. Of course, this is off TikTok. It's been a long time, so they took it off. But they were mad. It's like, we don't understand. Y'all spend more money on stupid stuff, but why can't you come out to support your family and your friends at a wedding? And he was very mad that this had happened.
Time out. Good night, Batchy. Time out. So this couple was throwing a wedding.
Yes.
And who paid $400 again?
The guests would have to pay $450 to attend the wedding.
They don't even know these individuals.
No, they know these individuals.
Oh, they know them and told them in order for you to come, you had to pay $400.
Yeah, $450 to come to a wedding.
Go ahead, proceed.
So, hey, I have feelings, right? So, I don't know if you've ever been part or tangential to any wedding planning, right? A lot of my friends have recently gotten married. Okay. And so I've got to hear about them. And one of my really, really, really good friends, he's getting married soon too. So, I'm going to see if I can help out in any way in terms of like supporting him and setting the shit up. I ain't paying for shit, but I'm setting the shit up, right? Now, I'll be honest, right? Like, being part of the wedding, first of all,
different story.
Yeah, being part of the wedding is a whole different story.
Yeah,
you're prepped to pay for a few things. You got to get usually, you pay for your tux, you pay for your outfits, you do the whole 9. That I'm always fine for. It comes out to a couple $100, and then you're also supporting the party and all the bachelor stuff. It does cost some money, but it's a good time.
Yeah,
and like you're part of the wedding, you're honored, all that kind of stuff. Motherfucker, if I'm just showing up. And don't get it twisted. I'm not the type to just show up unless I'm flying into your wedding, which case, my present is my. I'm kidding. No. But I'll bring a gift. I go to deposit. Like, I'm here to show out. Right? You got a registry that I can support fully.
Yeah.
That's where the money goes to. 450 G's. $450. $450. Not pesos, not yen, dollars.
But what comes with the package?
Nothing, nigga. You just get to come up and eat food.
Well, the food would be like what? That's $20 on the $450. I'm buzzing. Like $450. That's the food. But that's it. You gotta. How do you accommodate? Not accommodate, but how do you attest for the remaining $430? Like, what's the reason I'm paying $450?
And so here you go. And there's another thing where it's like, hey, we asked our guest to. There's another story that's within the story that was saying, hey, a New York couple made headlines after it was revealed they asked their guests $330 to attain their nuptials at the St. Patrick's Cathedral. One ticket allowed guest entry to the event, including a ride on a double-decker tour bus to sentimental landmarks around the city, including Hudson Yards, a movie theater, and a reception at the World Trade Center. And I said, that's an event.
That's an event.
That's an event. Motherfucker, this was in Houston. 450 in Houston. I ain't tour busted shit in Houston.
Ain't too much landmarks to see in Houston.
Yeah, because what was it? It was unclear. So the 450, they said it was unclear what the fees would cover. He said that to justify the price tag, he already spent $200,000 on the event, which cost of cake, deposit for the venue, wedding dress, and like I said, all the things I read earlier. Look, the $330 one, that's expensive. That sounded like at least you getting something.
Right.
Like you getting something.
Yeah.
I will take a step back here and say, if you make, first of all, I still think $33 is crazy, but it's New York. So I'm gonna chalk that up to New York prices.
There's a lot of things.
There's 450 in Houston.
Yeah.
It's in Houston.
Maybe NASA? Maybe Tory.
Are you going on the plane? I mean, are you going on spaceship? Are you taking me to the moon?
Are you in the training facility?
Are you taking me to the fucking moon? 450.
I'm trying to think. If and when you do get married, I know there's a budget. Mm-hmm. I feel like most weddings are for the women. They're not much for the guy. It's more for the woman to me. But there's a budget.
There's a budget, yeah.
My question is, do you have to be lavish immediately? Like, we can go down to the courthouse, get married, and then when our honeymoon comes around or for our anniversary, then that's when we go all out. Stuff like that. I just don't find $200,000 on a wedding. So you're not investing that. You're not getting that investment.
You're not getting that. And let me put it this way, right? So I am actually someone who, for whomever I marry, I am someone who does take the wedding portion serious, right? And so I actually, but I said, me, I'm a host. I like to be like someone who's like, hey, for events that are related to me,
yeah, you're accommodating.
I like to be like, hey, you know what? I'm running a party. I want it to be a good time. And for my, I invite people over for, variety of, my birthday, right? Yeah. Variety of reasons. And I don't make people pay for shit. Like that's just that's just my nature, right? Yeah. And then I would say, hey, look, right? And there is, and you know what? The second portion of this article actually changed my 100%. Why the fuck would you make anyone pay? If you make it like an event, if it's like an event where we're doing stuff and hey, throughout the day, I've got all these places booked and reserved. Mm-hmm. Really, this is just the entry fees for the places that we're going to that I'm not covering for you guys, right? But fucking having a reception at the World Trade Center, that's that's a different level of
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Not gonna lie.
So I get it. Yeah. I changed my statement. I tweaked it a little bit. But to your point, right? If you want a big event, you have to think through the nuances of what that big event entails.
Right.
And what those cost considerations are. And trust me when I say, if a wedding is in your purview, if a wedding is in your purview, you have choices. You have choices and you have realistic budgets alongside not so realistic budgets.
True.
Right? And honestly, look, I can tell you from an honest perspective, these venues range anywhere from, you can get a venue for $5,000, you can get a venue for all the way up to, and you get but you could get a venue for $50,000, right? And I said, look, a realistic for me, is not even I wouldn't even, and it depends on the type of wedding too. My buddy had, my Indian friends have had multiple day weddings. And so I assume that's just, and one of my friends got married in California.
Napa Valley.
I want to know the price tag on that. I would have cried.
baby.
I said, nah, cause I told all my friends, no matter who I'm with, don't matter if it's Miguel or someone else, we get married in Texas. We get married in the good old Texas, Texas, TEXAS. Okay, you know, if it was Miguel's family's from Washington, I said that's Washington, that's Seattle money. I'm good. We get married Texas.
We gonna get you some tea, some sweet tea.
Yes. Sweet tea, two-stepping, the whole nine. We gonna hot two like
tea in the mason jars. That's all we gonna get.
That's what I'm saying. You getting, but nah. 200,000, and my friend, and I get it, and I've said it before. The most important thing when it comes to a wedding is, to your point, you can be very accommodating. If you want to have a showy wedding, that's totally fine. That's on you, though.
You're right. That's your decision.
On you. Because if you saw let me see if I can pull up the venue for my friends' weddings. Like my friends have had really nice weddings.
Before you even do that, was there any backlash to this? Besides, not from outside public.
For the people, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did they say?
They were frustrated. There wasn't any captured statements, but he was but there was there were the reason why people found out about this was because he was posting about how upset he was people weren't booking. And you know what's crazy? There was initial backlash to the $333 one, but they said that was sold out because it was an event.
Yeah. Wait a minute. He posted online and he was upset?
But people weren't paying for this $450 wedding for guests to attend. Da loca pay for $450 guests to attend.
I was about to ask that question about how many people actually attend, but it sounded like no one attended.
Well, I'm certain they got
maybe 3. Taco Bell wedding, absolutely.
Nah, bro, cause I be sitting there and I feel like I'm a reasonable Negro, a reasonable Negro, if you will. I feel like you like my friends got married at the Arlo, right?
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's pretty.
Oh my God.
And and how'd I put it? They and when I say they've got how'd I put it? They had this little side guest house thing that was gorgeous, right? It's a beautiful venue.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful venue. And I've had friends who there's one in Dallas. I wish I could show you the one my other friend's wedding. Motherfucker had sparklers while they were dancing. The shit was crazy. The shit was bumping. But you could get real nice venues, and I went for free. I paid for my fit.
Yeah. That's all you got to pay for.
I was part of those weddings, and I paid for my fit.
Yeah,
and so
that's crazy.
I'm saying you're choosing
to 200,000 wedding. What? I'm still baffled by that.
And again, I be out here saying, do I know that my event one day is going to be quite costly? I dread thinking about it every day. But I've accepted that because you want to know what the entry fee is?
0.
Is show the fuck up and make sure my registry is sold out. Right. Let me be very clear, niggas. Make sure my registry is cleared out. No, I don't think y'all quite understand. Make sure my whole registry is cleared the fuck out. But besides that, I ain't making people pay for shit except my registry. Have I made that clear?
No.
Yeah. Cause I'm trying to make this an event, right? But I want people, that's the whole thing, right? People are coming to celebrate you. People are coming to celebrate your future spouse. People are coming to celebrate and have a good time. And a lot of the times, a lot of the times people have to come in out of town, get a hotel room, stay with people. There's a lot of coordination. That's quite difficult. A lot of
coordination and accommodation has to be made when it comes to weddings that are, I will say a lot more traveling for people who are coming from the outside. If it's not like a destination wedding specifically, if you're having someone that's traveling to you where you're at, yeah, that's a lot of work to do. But
again, also, and to that point, I'm totally fine with cost being associated for a destination wedding.
Yes.
Let me be very clear.
Yes.
If you're like, hey, we're having a wedding in fucking Cabo, we're having a wedding in fucking in Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a shell out.
Yeah.
Shell out. Because, A, that means, I mean, not a lot of people, and I would not, but also, I think most people are going to be like, I'm not offended if you can't make it.
Right.
I like,
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
But I'm totally fine. If that is your goal, shit, I've thought about that too. And, I said, shit. I said, if the niggas can't make it to Japan, the niggas just can't make it to Japan. That's how I'm going to filter niggas.
You can't make it in Japan, nigga? Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Broke.
I was about to say, you can't fly Spirit, nigga.
Yes.
The Spirit don't even...
Yes, nah, it's a filter. It is a filter. I ain't gonna hold you. You can't kind of sort of make it there on some pennies. It's a consideration. You gotta really like me. You gotta really like me.
You gotta be close friends, nigga.
Yeah, that's what I
We
said.
gotta been through battles.
Yeah.
We share the same wounds, nigga.
That's what I was saying. I said, because if my family be looking at them tickets like, I don't know.
You sure we couldn't FaceTime you? Zoom you? Can we Zoom you at this wedding, please?
That's exactly, bro. Like, hey, yo, can I give a call in?
Call in.
But nah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, like, look. Shout out to anyone who's planning a wedding. You just be considerate to the cost, and you work within your budget. And if you want to do an event that's super big, no one has rules around weddings. No. You can do, like, first of all, no one has rules around engagement and wedding. Because honestly, if I'm being very honest, I get it. Some people have a thing with being married and all that. Shit ain't gonna change in the sense of outside my taxes.
Yeah, right.
And and honestly, you could be a fiance for as long as you need to accommodate. It's like, hey, if you're locked down, I'm gonna just have to accommodate this for the wedding venue, an event that you want. And hey, as someone who does want a nicer venue, who wants all of those things,
you want a nice venue. Who doesn't?
Yeah,
Some people don't have that idea, but I get the people who want to have something nice.
No, and it's like, hey, but my first thought isn't to make other people pay for it.
Right.
My first thought, that wouldn't even come into the equation. And literally, because I said there are circumstances where, hey, I found out today that I'm actually accepting of it in certain circumstances, right? Because we're like, hey, I'd probably, like, if someone was like, hey, $300 and you get the fucking event of your life, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me what I'm getting with this $350.
Yeah, right. And we'd be working. Yeah. But for $450 in Houston, am I getting to play with the Texans? Like, am I getting to?
We touring the stadium?
Yeah, like we touring the stadium. Like, hey yo, where's CJ? He give me an autograph? Like, cause then.
That's $300 alone.
That's $300 alone, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, you start to, or hey, like, another case where that might make sense, right? It's like, oh, hey, I got some big ass name artist to come through.
True.
Right? Like fucking, I'm talking a big name. Snoop's performing some songs at my shit. I wouldn't pay $450 for Snoop, but just Snoop. But you know what I mean? It's like Kendrick showing up. You know what I'm talking about? Like you getting and because rappers actually do that. They do go to bar mitzvahs and
surprisingly they do.
They do events. They can be bought. And I never faulted any artist for that. Like Beyonce, there shit.
With $30 million for that damn Dubai concert, I was like, God damn, you better get that bag.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, well, we talked about Dubai. I'll be out there. Wait, were you here when we talked about Dubai? I don't think you were on that episode. No, because we talked about
sponsorship or something like that.
Yeah, we talked about like sponsorship and how because I said I was
would you allow Dubai to invest in themexcellence? I was like, absolutely.
Because I said I think you were the same kid. I can be bought.
I'm like, I would answer for something like, yes. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. Give me that oil money in a heartbeat.
I would definitely be accept an investment from that.
Yeah,
right away, my soul.
I said, shoot, where's the dotted line?
Where's the dotted line?
Hey, yo, I got a wedding coming out. thanks to them.
I need the money.
But that's what I was saying. Like, this is a very, I know this is an older story, but I thought it would bring an interesting conversation from us because I was like, yeah, it's fascinating. But 450, but I still think no matter what, I think 450 is ridiculous for a not destination wedding in Houston, Texas. There's no rationale behind what you're getting in Houston, Texas that is going to make it astonishingly.
Wait, so you saying there's nothing in Houston, Texas worth 450?
Why are you taking the words and then making them sound? Why are you taking the words and making them sound so right?
Walking across the door to the Houston Rockets Stadium. That's what you get for 450. You just walking across the street to visit both stadiums. I don't want that shit. Get the fuck out. This is where Beyonce house is when she was growing up.
She's coming out to hug us like yeah, bro.
She coming out the door. Boy, please. Not for no damn 400-something bucks.
$400 is a lot of money for people.
That's a car payment.
You're also not being considerate to like the people who can like, you know, again, if there was I think if there was ever anything that was kind of like this where I had events and whatnot, unless there was like a hard entry fee type of thing, which I'd be like, yeah, like we have some events that you can go to, which are optional before the wedding.
Right.
You can come through.
But you can also do your own thing.
You can also do your own thing before the wedding. But if you want to come do this kind of cool stuff, which I think incentivizes people, but I'd also be like, if it's required, be like, hey, pay what you can. If you can't do anything, totally fine. Give a range, right? But don't be like, hey, 450.
It's required.
And
it's required for you to come up.
And you know, I'd also maybe have a fee if I had rich friends. You know, I'd be like, nah, for you,
right?
450 for you.
I didn't tell nobody else, just you.
You didn't get that invite that said 450. I've been invited for less. I said,
I don't think I've ever been in a wedding.
You never been part of a wedding? Never been. Yeah, I mean, never been to a wedding or in a wedding. Have you been to a wedding?
I've never been to either.
Really?
Done either. Well, I don't have friends. I don't have friends that are getting married. Well, but that's down the road. But prior to that, I mean, I've never been a part of a wedding. It seemed nice. It seems like a lot of fun.
Bro, we need to get you some friends.
I got friends. They just like being single.
That's why I said, no. We need to get you. Let me put it this way. We gotta get you some white friends. gotta get you some friends. Why?
I'm diverse enough.
Who you lying to? Girls don't count.
Right.
I was like, nah. I know what chats you in. They ain't nothing but Hispanic and Negroes in there, all right? So don't try.
One diverse chat that I got.
That's
even representative in one chat that we got.
No. You sit over there. I know. I don't lie to me.
Boy, family member. I ain't got no family members getting married anytime soon either.
And no, also, I have friends who don't like. I have friends who just don't do marriage, you know, or don't do marriage. Don't do weddings, you know. Like, so I've had like, you know, smaller things like that, but I'm a wedding person, so I'm also like mine's a multi-day. So mine's a whole affair.
So yours gonna be over the course of a week?
Nah, 2 days, but it's a whole.
That's a lot.
It's an African
3
thing.
days.
2 days. 2 days. But I mean, it's like, it's lit. There'll be drums. Actually, that's a switch up. So let me tell you. So my homeboy, ain't no party like in any wedding party. I ain't gonna hold you.
I've seen pictures of.
Nah, bro. So my last homie, motherfucker had a whole drummer.
Oh wow.
A whole drummer. Like, somebody on the dance floor. And I was like, this shit's the littest thing I've ever seen.
I'm having that at my wedding.
So, yeah, we copping that. They gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you right now, it checked.
Can I get that nigga a card, please?
Yeah, bro. I said, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna steal this whole thing. He changed the game.
Wait, we got the chat. TJ ain't lying. I've only been to white weddings. I'm like, it's sad that our people. Maybe does it sound like our people just don't get married? We just date for a long time.
Yeah, we just kind of slip into it.
I guess we got married. We got 2 kids, and
that's exactly what happens. You get married when it's too late, or like they get married early when they broke. So like, you either marry when you broke, you now wait for an appropriate amount of time.
She been with me all this time, man. We might as well go ahead and get married.
That's exactly what happens. You go to the courtroom.
She dead pay.
We don't do events like that.
Oh my God, that's what I'm thinking about it. We just don't get married, do we?
I said, once I put that pill in your head, niggas are like, oh wait, what type of race have I been going to?
Let's hopefully that changes soon.
I hope so.
Tommy.
Hey, y'all can't see my face. I'm not showing it because I just the ickiest look I gave. I said, I know you didn't just believe those words that came out your mouth.
I think he could. 2025 is the year.
Hold on, I might need to cut the show right quick because I gotta go. I need to talk to someone offline about lying to the people, lying to our loyal
I'm
fans.
telling you, 2025, man, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I think he will probably get married in June.
You know for a fact that ain't happening. Do I think it's out of the realm of possibility he gets engaged
right.
or goes through the process of marriage?
Yeah.
Do I think that nigga's gonna host an event?
Everything is all at the house.
Have you been to his house yet?
No.
He don't invite us over on a normal day.
He said, I got my arms linked with y'all.
Motherfuckers got a life. He don't explain it. Man, shit. Man, we have to answer for his ass. Got niggas in the chat. Where's Tommy?
I don't know.
No. He don't even tell us.
Me? Oh, no. You don't want advice from me.
No, you don't.
You definitely don't want advice from me. You got distinguished gentlemen on this show. It ain't me.
If you want some advice on how to be in a relationship, I think I'm in the longest relationship on the show. Don't. You don't have to. There ain't no rush.
It's not the investment that you want now.
Nah. You know how investments pay back? Not all do. Yeah. Tommy started that fence, and he's been on that fence.
Rakeem said, bro, been acting different ever since he started painting the fence.
He did. I tell you, Tommy started painting that
he
fence.
uppity nigga now. Is that what you trying to say, Rakeem?
No. Tommy started painting that fence. It just started being very caught up in that fence painting. Just saying.
Tommy light skinned like James Earl Jones now. He like Dr. Phil. I'm rich now. I live in the hills.
He do live in a nice side of town, so it ain't bad. I think. I don't know. I wouldn't know. He didn't even let us sniff near that nigga's ass. I'm just saying. All right, I got a couple more things for us, and then I can get us out of here. I promise you.
Wait, is that clock right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like an hour behind or hour early. Was it 10?
No, it's 10.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh shit, okay.
We packed a lot.
Yeah,
I've been good.
Yeah, he sounded like he did. He sounded like he got himself a keeper.
There's a lot of sad news, and I'm just not covering it today because I don't know. I don't need more sad news.
What's sad news?
I mean, just in our black community, we do too much unaliving of people.
Sad news.
What's up?
What happened?
Oh no, I don't want to get into it. Now
You gonna make me look it up. What sad news we talking about? Is it something that happened just recent?
Yeah, there's a couple of things, but we'll talk about it. And don't worry, we're closing out on the thing we're closing out that I mentioned before. Like we'll, No, not that. I meant when I dropped in the chat. You know what I'm like? Yeah. Okay. We're closing out on that, but that's not what we're doing. Oh, I didn't see this. This is kind of cool. Aaliyah Barbie doll sells out on the late. Oh my gosh. Aaliyah Barbie doll sells out on the late R&B star's birthday. Hey, yo, inspired by a hit for Fit from the 1 in a Million music videos. Aww. That's pretty cool.
I like that. Wait, do they have a picture of the doll? I know 1 in a Million, but
yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty damn cool.
I like that.
Barbie and Aaliyah, and I hope all the money goes to the Aaliyah estate. Damn, they got that. That's the best Barbie black doll they got. Hold up, that's really really cool.
Not that Barbie being better than the Barbie movie.
And hold up, They said it sells out. This thing was $55. So that means we sold out.
Speaking of $55, so Toys R Us is slowly reopening stores.
They are.
But not to the size that we've known before. The one that's on not Tech Ridge. The one that's over there by Best Buy on 35. It's like a little bit smaller.
Man, but there's something about them gargantuan Toys R Us stores that just hit different.
It just hit different, but some of those toys, my homie was just looking at, he was buying toys for other families, and he was saying, he looked at a toy and he said, without looking at the price, how much you think this would be? And some of the things that we thought, like, if it was like something like a toy this size, we would say, about $30. These toys and Toys R Us like 50-something bucks.
Bro, toys are expensive.
But here's the thing. There's a Disney store like a few blocks up, and those toys were actually reasonable. They were like 10 to $20.
Well, I think that there's a couple things. Disney's able to cut down some pricing, or I think they're able to be a little more realistic because also they own everything, so really it's just their top line. Toys R Us is also trying to make some money back.
Yeah, I get it. That's what
that doesn't make it right
too. But geez Louise, them prices of the toys, I'm like, damn. All we had was just a spatula and a rock.
It's kind of crazy how
the toys that we had back in the day wasn't expensive as the toys that there are now, but I think it depends on the retail place you go to. But geez Louise, $50 for toys that size? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You better get you a spoon and some twisty time. Make you a toy. Shit.
how do I put it? I you know me, I'm not into toys like that. I made that very, very clear. I really don't like toys. Don't get it twisted. If y'all send us any gifts, I'm always appreciative.
You like toys, but not those type of toys.
Yeah, and like I'm not like I won't take them out of a box, like and I have some exceptions, right? Like I think I got a Black Panther thing. Like I've gotten things where I'm like that's cool.
Yeah,
but for the most part,
not a toy collector.
Not a toy collector. I don't have if I had no. I didn't grow up liking toys either.
Yeah,
I'm just like, get this piece of plastic away from me.
I want the video games.
Yeah, I want the video games. Fucking be 80 with no eyes. But I know what I'm about.
Yeah. He knows himself.
But like a pop figure, I don't count as a toy. That's like a figure, like this little, I have a Black Panther mask. That was a cool gift. That's
pretty dope. Yeah,
there's things I like.
Right, it has to be really,
but it has to be like something I can put on a shelf.
Yeah,
be like that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fill my house with 85 of them.
Hint.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sammy likes toys. He got filled his house with them. That's his thing. I ain't gonna. Why you make me look like a villain? That's his thing. I ain't gonna hate on anybody's thing. It's just not my thing. But that doll was cool, and I'm so happy that they. It
is a very awesome doll. Okay.
The next one up was. Let's go ahead and talk about this one. Actors. Black actors, and yes, we've heard this from a variety of different black actors. Some I like, some you don't, and but Mr. And I'm gonna butcher his name, Jamon Hansu. As mentioned.
Oh yeah. So
systemic racism impacted his acting career. I'm still struggling financially to make a living. And I said,
Wait. The real question is, do you believe him?
Do I believe he's struggling?
Do you believe he's struggling? This man has been in countless movies that we are aware of. Do you think that this man is struggling? Do you believe that sentiment? Or
let me say. There's a layered answer to this, and I thought this was a good subject. This is one I'm actually upset Tommy isn't here for, but I gotta do a show. So but okay, so I think this is a layered answer. I'm 100% convinced that this was the case when he first started acting. No, and don't get twisted. I think he like when he first started acting, I am 100% certain that he was, and honestly, up until the 2000s, I'm 100% certain that he was probably put into positions where he was just able to make ends meet and figure it out. Right. Fair. And then once he got that elevated role, he's getting some more paychecks. I also 100% believe that he was probably, and maybe to this day, is getting paychecks that undercut his value. Fair. What I don't believe is that with this current run of movies, he's financially struggling is the key word here.
Yeah.
If he said, systemic racism has impacted the amount of income that I can make from these properties,
a la Taraji B. Henson, similar to that situation.
Yeah, what is it? Monique. Like, you know, a lot of stop. Monique, like, there's a lot of even Cat Williams said that. I will also say, and this is no hate, no tea, no shade. I think there's got to be someone who's like, you know, like there's got to be some financial like literacy and education of how to diversify your income so you're never struggling. Like, there's got to be someone to put these people on game.
If I'm not mistaken, I think NBA players go through a course where they are taught how to manage their money. Even if they're not, I do believe that there are people that are like former NBA players that tell them how to invest your money. But it's just hard for me to believe. And this is where I say, I feel for him, but I also, this is rich people problems, in my opinion. You're not financially struggling. His net worth, if I'm not mistaken, from what I looked at, was like $10 to $14 million. You have money. Now, could you have made more money? Absolutely. But to say that you're financially struggling, I don't think that's the right two words to use.
That's what I meant. Like, it's not the right words I would use in this perspective, right? Because financially struggling is, his net worth is $2 million.
Oh, it's $2 million.
Or I think it's like $2 to $4 million.
Okay, I thought it was higher than that, but yeah, that's still a lot.
And I also think net worth is.
I mean, there's counting assets,
and I said, you know, and I will note that, like, you know, I think there might be some validity to his statements in the sense of not necessarily, again, financially struggling is the wrong word, and I think it just discounts his argument because I do think there's some validity of if you're not that leading man actor. You're kind of that, like, oh, this person's consistent throughout movies, but they're not necessarily leading man. Different story. That's a different story. I don't think he's leading. Like, I don't think he's ever been a leading man actor, but he's been a 2-time Oscar nominee for In America and Blood Diamond. I do think that he probably didn't get the proper paychecks for those because those were both in early 2000s. Right. But I get it's real hard. Like, again, there's an argument that I think he could make here. I think, and I don't like he used systemic racism to say he's financially struggling. I think it's systemic racism to say he's been discounted from opportunities and he's been discounted from like the maximum amount of wealth he can accrue. But if your net worth is in the millions, I'm really hard to say that you're financially struggling.
I think you made a good point about comparing it to Monique when Monique was trying to get that contract with Netflix. And yes, I do believe they lowballed her because she's worth more than that. She's an Oscar winner. She's a comedian. She's a great comedian. But she said that she put herself on the same level as Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Now, Amy Schumer, she's way funnier than Amy Schumer, in my opinion. But I think it's where that argument and the words that you use to get people to have sympathy for you. To me, yes, he probably should be able to make more money, but it's like financially struggling. That doesn't correlate with each other. Same thing with the Monique. You're funny, but I don't think you're on the same level as Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock.
And it's a hard thing because I don't want to because I think her impact was prevalent.
Yes,
in a way for black comedians, especially black women comedians.
Yeah,
it's untouched.
Absolutely.
Dave Chappelle's a different category. That's like a trend. That's a trendsetter.
Right.
That's not the argument you want to make.
Right.
That's not the like. Yeah, not the argument you want to make. Because I've always said, how do I put it? Because I've always said, you know, how do I describe it? DC?
That can't be true.
DC is a different beast. And I don't think fame equates to wealth. I agree. However, he has had to have made paychecks of a considerable amount of value. Now, if he hasn't, point blank period.
Fair.
Totally fair. And I also how to put it. I also agree in that sense. Like, yes, celebrities also have different considerations, costs. They can't just rent out a apartment in the willy-nilly. You do have to kind of live in a lifestyle that allows
within your means. Absolutely.
I will also note that with the right placement and planning, it is hard pressed for me to believe that there wasn't a route to where the money and income he had received could be divested and ensured that he was set up to a good place. Because really, it only takes one amazing paycheck for you to be set for lifetime. Mm-hmm. And that number keeps on going up over time. Yeah. But at the time that he was super hot, I think there was a route for that. And again, I think, because who do I like to put? Actually, I like to, and I know he has a different background. I think he's a more limelight celebrity. But who I always think does well with this is actually Ice Cube, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's ever been in like a Titanic movie per se. I'm trying to think of anything he's been Titanic. Maybe would NWA like that movie? No, but no. Man, I mean, Straight Outta Compton, no, I don't think that was. But
yeah, I don't think he was.
No, but I don't think he's ever been in a Titanic movie. But he's been consistent. He's been consistently consistent about how he's approached it. And he's someone who I feel like flows under the radar of like being one of those very business savvy,
absolutely
acumen driven, smart in how he positions
sustainability.
Sustainable in how he maintains his wealth. And then you have people like how do I put it? Like a Terry Crews, who I think also
okay, yeah.
Like a Terry Crews who is well enough known. I don't think he's ever been the lead. But he's always complimentary and stands out in any roles he receives.
Would you consider him being the lead and Everybody Hates Chris?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes and no. I think that's the closest. But I think that was that's probably the closest.
He shared the lead, but he wasn't the actual.
He wasn't the
focus.
Yeah, he wasn't the focus all the time.
Yeah.
He was definitely a standout for them.
Yeah.
But that's someone like there are actors who kind of flow in that flow state of like being consistent and being able to wiggle and navigate how you operate and make bread. Shoot, someone who doesn't get talked about at all. And hold up, let me pull him up. Really want to know someone who does this like super well? Fucking Ice-T. That motherfucker's been in Law and Order
for
years, and sits there in Law and Order, and that's all he does. You don't see him in shit.
I mean, he is in a Car Shield commercial with Vivica Fox.
But that nigga's been, what is his filmography?
Well, he was in New Jack City. I know that. He was in that cop movie too. No. In New Jack City, he was a cop, I think.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there is a level of, there's actors who hustle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ice-T,
that's pretty much his IMDb lately.
Ice-T got TV money, and yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. But to your point, Serenity, if you're an actor, and when I look at look, I can literally show you Ice-T's filmography. I've never seen any of these things, to be honest. Nah, never. 30 Rock. I don't know, man.
I remember Ice and Coco. That I do remember. But what?
Bro, he's been going.
Lilo and Stitch. I'm just kidding.
Bro, you have me actually. He's about to sit there. He's in Rick and Morty. He's in Rewind the 90s. And he's in Law and Order. And Law and Order check has been his longest one. I want to see how long he's been on Law and Order.
Wasn't he off Law and Order and then came back?
No, motherfucker has been there. Main cast in season 2 since 2000. He's been checking.
24 years he's been.
And let me not hate.
Consistent checks.
And let me not hate. Because I'm gonna pull up the. And it could be a case. It could totally be a case of fit. But you know, this ain't a small list of films here. Oh, sorry. This ain't a small list of films here, right? You know, we've got quite a few films that he's been a part of and been in relation to. And you know, there's been a few TV shows he's been in relation to too. Hey, shoot, he was in What If, so he got he got a Marvel check.
Who was in What If?
Oh my gosh, do you know? So he's in What If. He's speaking. And he was the voice of T'Challa in, you know, in an animated series. But you know. But yeah, I'm actually kind of with you, Serenity. I feel like there is a level of, like, the actors who make it are them hustle actors. And if you're in that between like, you're not a Denzel, right? If you're a Denzel, you can just thrive off of showing the fuck up,
Right.
getting a check, and showing the fuck out. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the Ice-T laundry list, which, to be honest, I'm more than certain Ice-T could thrive with just on Law & Order SVU,
alone,
to be honest.
I mean, he's been doing it for years.
Look at this list. For someone who I don't see ever, to be honest, and yes, he's also a rapper, so it's a little different.
Okay.
He's stop it. You know, he had rapping in his pedigree.
Yeah, I remember. I know.
But for someone who's a rapper, but he has everything. Shoot. Like fucking, I didn't even pull him up. Let me pull up Ice Cube's acumens. Ice Cube.
What did Ice Cube act at?
You can't even think about it.
Friday. Are We There Yet? Barbershop. But then he was in another movie too with I think it was Lawrence Fishburne. I think so. Wait, pull it up.
Yeah, he's Boys in the Hood.
Higher Learning, Boys in the Hood. There we go. Oh, he was in it. Go on.
Oh, he was in TMNT. He was Superfly. That's cool. 21 Jump Street.
Torque. Oh my God.
But you see, Ice Cube is not in a bunch of shit.
Television. I mean, yeah, he's more of a producer than he is.
Yeah, but he's a producer.
Yeah.
He's got business. He's kind of like that type.
That nigga made lottery ticket. How dare he?
I know. I gotta cash that on a Monday.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not how it works. Fun fact. There doesn't have to be an adventure.
Not you remembering the lines.
It's called starring. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to assume anything, right? But if you're using systemic racism to say, like that makes you sound a little pretentious in the way that you're approaching the subject matter, because ultimately, you got to hustle as an actor every day, every time you can, because you're making your market known. And then you have those big time actors who, shit, you just got to get one. You just got to get that one pop off, and they kind of manipulate that and take that to the bat. Not every, like, how do I put it? There are, and don't get twisted, I do think there's more white actors that can thrive on just getting a check alone.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's more that are in the market of that way.
Halle Berry, Serenity, I would consider Halle Berry in that same spiel as well, too. Because she didn't, I mean, before she did Monsters Ball, she was in Boomerang, I know that. But she did like some low budget movies too before she made it big and won the Oscar.
And actually, yeah, you think about Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was in Green Lantern and owns that shit.
And that was bad.
And it was bad. It was bad. It's very bad. And he just started getting his thing, and he's now fucking. And you know what? Actually, fun fact: Ryan Reynolds is super smart with how he invests his money. He is fucking aviation gen. Just to mint. Mans knows what to do.
Yeah.
There's so many smart ways, and that's what I say. There's so many smart ways. Like, I think that's the delta for a good actor and a struggling actor. Mm-hmm. Is I think that level up of, and because if there was a shortage of roles, which I think there's also a case, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you have to market yourself, but you don't think I'm gonna be on Cartoon Network voicing what I can on the same page as I'm voicing in the big time actors?
Yeah.
Like, I'm using my name and slinging that around. The Rock That's really what did it. Fucking from the WWE to just being in trash to
to being a producer now.
being a producer to being the whole nine. And the worst part is he like one of his best movies gets slept on, Pain and Gain. Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic movie.
But that's because he wasn't the lead.
He wasn't the lead.
He was a Terry Crews, and everybody hates Chris.
He no, don't do that. I like Terry Crews. But Terry Crews did. But people forget Terry Crews was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
long running series.
Yeah,
you got to get your because I've said that before. To be honest, I would want to have a few really big time movies. I want to be that syndication nigga. I want to be on that. I want to be that weekly.
No Terrence Howard shit.
Yeah, I want that How I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, I want, because you want to know what happens on those shows? By the end of those show runs, fucking, pretty sure Neil Patrick Harris was making buku money per episode.
Yeah.
That's life-changing money per episode, not including royalties.
Once you make a syndicate, that's pretty much you're set.
You're set. If it's a good syndicate,
5 seasons, you're done.
Fucking, what is it? One of the Wayne's kids was on New Girl. Syndication.
Set. Wayne's Jr.
Syndication.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking put me on Always Sunny and see what happened.
Oh, he said.
Bro, everybody hates Chris. He's always like, it's syndication. Mm-hmm. Syndication. Now I'm telling you, you have scenarios where you can just be a straight actor, but fucking oh my gosh. Paperboy.
You talking about Tyree? You talking about the one that was in Internals, or are you talking about
one Internals?
Internals, yeah. I know you're talking about Brian Tyree.
Yeah, Brian. But
yeah,
like
he said,
let me do Atlanta, which isn't even syndication, but like, let me do Atlanta, or I guess it's syndicated. No, that's true.
I think it was 5. You had to be 5 seasons to get to syndication,
right?
Yeah.
No, but he was Atlanta. But then you see he's acting his ass out in a bunch of those nuanced films. And then he also fucking said, I'm going to get that Marvel check.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that Marvel check in a heartbeat.
Dabble in that too.
Let me dabble in that Marvel check.
I may not do another Marvel movie ever, but I got me a Marvel check.
I got a Marvel check. I think that's what it is. You got to be hungry. Because I do think that maybe there was a little bit of a slowdown or some sort of notion whenever he was like, I got my Oscar nominees. And then, how. But don't use systemic racism in a way to describe your, and to be honest, again, I don't necessarily mean that you are I don't think you're in I don't think it's erroneous if you are in a scenario where you are struggling to a certain degree. I do still believe there are choices and things that may have been offered to you that you weren't considering. Because also make me a commercial. I'm
good.
Because I have some lofty goals. I've always said I would love to be in a commercial. I would love to be in a commercial. I would love to be in a commercial, in something on TV, and just be stupid with it. Because honestly, you said,
yeah. You're pretty much good to go at that point. Herbal Essence.
Okay, so for live action, it's about 100 episodes. For animated, it's 65 episodes.
So what is 65 episodes? That has to be 6 seasons, right?
No. For live action, it's 100. For cartoon, like it's 65. That's what you're saying. So
100 episodes. Oh shit,
that's a lot of episodes.
How many seasons is that? I mean, nowadays people have that.
To be honest, people have shorter seasons nowadays. So people have shorter seasons nowadays because, like, if you think about How I Met Your Mother, that shit was like fucking 20 episodes a season.
Yeah,
and so it was like 5 seasons. And I don't think they do shows like that no more. No. But let me hit syndication.
Right. That's the main goal. Tell me how many episodes we gotta get to.
Bro, I'm telling you, you know who's gonna be in Ice-T's backup? Dun 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 dun. That's me.
Slide up in there.
Bro, I've been practicing all my life. Detective Morse, I need those papers on my desk yesterday.
Who say you gonna be the captain? They gonna probably make you.
Bro, you don't think
you gonna be Detective Benson? You be in that role.
No, you don't think I'll be rolling up? I'll be like, Sir,
Hello. you called?
the papers are on your desk. What are you talking about? You
Got your fresh donuts just like you asked.
Just like you asked. Well, I don't give a fuck. Don't try me, cause I'm gonna look at y'all and be like, I got that syndication money.
Like distinguished man, but you playing like the informant. Pookie.
I'm not gonna play no more. Bro, fucking roll up and be like, that's my information, Negro.
I just can't imagine you being just that crackhead. I can't imagine that. I'm like, no.
I got standards.
You would be the politician, actually. You would be the mayor. Talking shit to everybody. I can see that. Yeah, I can see you being the representative, the state representative.
I don't like that, y'all. But that's it, right? You got to be considerate towards these things, and you got to be considerate in the word usage you use, because ultimately, I think it just disenfranchises your whole argument that I think he does have. Don't
Yeah, you be like that guy. Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah, but the wording was bad.
Jordan, do you have Monday off?
Yes, I do. I should probably say yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I do have Monday off.
You know who it's dedicated to?
Who is it dedicated to?
M to the L to the K to the Junior, Martin Luther King Jr.
I was like, where is he going with this, Moesha?
Moesha. Now, MLK Day is on Monday, and as you know, we always give a shout out to MLK Day. It's important. It's important for our culture. It's important for us. It's important as we had to fight to even get it recognized as a day.
Absolutely.
I mean, fucking by the teeth. What did this used to be? I think this used to be President's Day, and then we changed it or something like that. Or I think that, I don't know. President's Day was around here. Or maybe President's Day is in February. Where's President's Day?
White serenity. I think it's Moesha. I'm like, Moesha?
Hold on, let me see President. Oh yeah, no. President's Day is in February. I think I made the comment that we should flip it, but no, Martin Luther King's birthday, and then make it different. Or, I don't think it's his birthday, but it is his birthday. Yeah, or they quote unquote birthday. Not the point. Look, MLK Day is important because it's just a reminder of one of the most important activists in the United States, and far as wanting to get Black Americans and Black individuals across, honestly, the country and world to get to a place where we could coexist without harm to each other. Right. And, there was more aggressive notions towards one direction. You have Black Panther movement, which was more akin to, hey, Black everything, Black all, which is a different notion and, has its value in its own way.
Yeah.
And then you also had, plenty of white individuals who were not about that lifestyle of
still wanting to keep us at 3/5, huh?
Want to keep us at 450. Kidding. That said, I think it's always cool to have this prevalent showcase of this activist out there. And again, I think that this needs to be a thing that happens to more people of color. And I mean, there's not a Harriet Tubman Day. There's not a, there's still some
truth.
There's still some pillars in the Black community that don't get leveled up nearly as much. I mean, shoot, we just got that movie. We just got that movie on what is it, Hampton? So you never really
Hampton.
Hold up, I'll show you.
What movie is this?
You never watched Judas and the Black Messiah?
Oh, that movie. I was like,
Fred Hampton.
Oh. I was like, Hampton?
Yeah.
Oh, Fred Hampton. Yeah.
So we just got in 2021 was just the prevalence of Fred Hampton and what that meant and all of that kind of info and that impact. So there's still Black heroes that aren't being showcased.
We just had one recently, the 6888 from Tyler Perry, about the women who help distribute the mail to soldiers and their loved ones. I've seen it. It's all right, but it's a good story to hear about those women actually helping that out and tough terrains and tough situations, but they were able to get the job done. So yeah, it's an interesting story that I've never heard of before.
And I think that it's just a matter of making sure that we celebrate and expound on our successes and our wins of what we do well, and and making sure that this day never gets forgotten what it's important about. And so make sure I always like to give a call out, make sure you recommend any books, any reading, especially it's kind of like to me, it's kind of like the bridge into getting into the Black History Month thought process. I'm like, oh yeah, MLK Day means Black History Month's close, which means I got to get all my P's and Q's. And we do have some exciting things. I promise you look at me in the eyes. I promise it's going to be one of the best Black History Month experiences you've ever seen coming out of the Blaxcellence show. I don't care if I have to kick and scream and drag Tommy in here. He's going to be here for all the episodes because we got 2. Don't worry.
How many episodes you got?
I said 2.
Oh, you said 2. Okay.
In February. Yeah, 2 in February. So none outlandish, don't worry. So every day, get to work. Get to work. But I would be remiss if I didn't call out the most important thing about MLK Day. And I bring this up every year.
Besides having a day off?
Besides having a day off. Now, I think there is something.
I thought you was going to end it on a montage of MLK and We Shall Overcome. I'm like, okay, brother, that's too much. Okay.
If you don't spend some time, if you don't make it your yearly tradition to get a second to go and partake in a little
video. Our Friend Martin, an exciting full-length animated adventure about 12-year-old Miles and his best friend Randy, who journey back through time and meet Martin Luther King Jr. during various stages of his life.
Whoa, Randy, this is major magic time. We're actually in the past.
Featuring an all-star cast, original music and songs, and actual historical footage of Dr. King.
I have a dream.
Our Friend Martin, an entertaining and inspiring tale for the whole family.
And all we need is a dream and the courage to make it happen.
Coming exclusively to video from CBS 5.
If you don't watch Our Friend Martin, I can't.
That's just an episode of Static Shock.
Nah, bro, it's my. Don't you do that?
That racist episode.
Nah, bro.
Wait, tell me, is that all? Is this the movie's on YouTube somewhere?
Yeah, it's on YouTube somewhere.
It is?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can watch it on YouTube.
I might watch it.
You've never seen it?
No. Hell no.
No, bro. First of all, Our Friend Martin's fantastic. It's a good movie. It warms the soul. I'm not kidding. It's actually a good movie. I enjoy it.
The only cartoon I remember watching that was similar to this was called Whitewash, but that's it. But I've never seen this show. I've never seen this
It's
movie.
an hour, so it's not something super long. Yeah. You can knock this out. Yeah. Now, you watch it, you're going to feel inspired. Now, they do have some stereotypes in there. I mean, because if you saw, they had the white friend, they have a very Hispanic friend. and they have... And
It's JJ.
it's a lady.
Did they give him an accent?
It's a lady. You'll just have to see
Okay.
for yourself.
Boy.
You'll just have to see for yourself.
Let me find it.
But
on
I actually do find it a very joy-filled movie.
Serenity, let's watch it together. You watch it and I watch it, and the next time that I'm on this show and we talk about it, let's discuss.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
you can carve out a little hour to warm your spirits. I love my Our Friend Martin. All right, I used to watch it.
You said that in the chat. I was like, Martin, from that Martin?
Yeah, Our Friend Martin.
Our other friend Martin?
It's just a montage of Martin.
Why we talking about that on MLK Day? Okay, friend.
Yeah, what if MLK Day was just a Trojan horse to celebrate the Martins in your life?
Exactly. Make sure you celebrate them at all times. So I had a question.
Here you go. Yeah.
Oh, this is it right here?
Yeah.
Wait, who's in it? Let me see who's in it. Wait. I know who that is.
Angela Bassett. You got it?
I know who that is.
Yeah, of course.
Not tracking. Danny Glover. Okay.
Yeah, you thought I was joking.
Really? I don't know who Dexter is.
Yeah.
Young
Yolanda King, yes.
Robert Ricard, my cousin Skeeter, Susan Sarandon. This is a lineup. John, what?
Yeah, you thought.
What?
You thought this was a joke. You thought this was a joke.
What?
We all have a destiny in life.
Okay. You sold me.
You thought this was a joke.
So who plays Martin? Jaleel White?
You'll have to see for yourself.
Now, hold on, they got that Mexican friend. I ain't seen that one.
You have to.
Came out in 99. I was in high school, so yeah, I see. Damn, wait, Serenity, how old are you? Came out in 99. I was in high school, so yeah, I see why my teachers. I'll watch it this weekend. All right, Serenity.
Yeah, but
it's a bet.
But it's not like you know.
And we on go away. Okay, Serenity, I see you. What?
Nothing. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't know.
No, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, no. So, why do you think Serenity has so much? How does it? So much power to keep us in check.
I thought he was. I thought he was a young man.
You think
just
anyone
really
could
smart?
You think anyone could just keep us in check like that? You see some of the way Serenity's talk to me?
Like, oh, Serenity, a young man.
Serenity's first person to put us on game and the first person to correct us properly. And I'll be like, yeah, you're right.
Shout out to
anyone could just talk shit to us? No.
Maybe
No, actually, everyone can talk shit to us.
Maybe I need
But
to
course correct me?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll be telling you.
I'm up.
I said, I'll be like, nah. Haven't you seen the way I respond to some of these chats? But when I see Serenity time, I'm like, nah, you're right.
Yeah. Come on, Serenity.
Because I got to respect game.
Unk. Okay, but I will be watching that. But the question I had was, how do you think MLK will fare today? How do you think MLK will fare today if he was alive? How do you think he would do today?
That's a very loaded question, and you know what you're doing.
No, I am not.
Okay, so I think I think the world today isn't the type to be susceptible to those kinds of things anymore.
I think they are. I disagree. Go ahead.
No. What I mean by that is, I don't think. Let me phrase it. I'm not pessimistic enough to where I say the world won't benefit from individuals who are all about the bonding of individuals and building a bridge. And I think I would think those words would be weaponized way more than, because I think MLK actually falls into a camp that's kind of unique, where I think people try and use it and manipulate it into some ways. But honestly, I don't think his language and vernacular is weaponized. But I definitely think that it would be leveraged for agenda pushing from a variety of different classes of people that don't necessarily understand the meaning behind the words. That said, I think he'd have a platform for sure.
I agree.
I think he'd thrive. In the sense, and now here's the context. If he were like MLK of that time today, that's what I mean. If MLK was still around from like just living through that time period, I don't even think, is that possible? I don't know how old he would be. I don't think that's possible.
Be probably in his 90s, would he not?
Hold up. 1929. I mean, it could be a realm of possibility because it was 1929 when he was born. So, yeah, but black people making it to the hundreds is not a thing that happens. So we don't really make that high. But I think if he were still around through some of the later time periods of the 2000s and the early 20s, where I think that's more realistic, I still like I said, I think he again, if we're taking him out of that time period and putting him like, hey, an MLK like person. Like never existed and he came today. I think he'd thrive in that way. I also think he'd have plenty of knowledge to share up until the point in which he was supposed to pass away.
Yeah, I can see that. I can also see him being an independent. I think that he will probably ruffle feathers on both sides. Because his language was not just tailored towards that one specific group.
No.
Yeah, I think if he were allowed today, I would see him as an independent more than anything.
I don't think he'd be. I don't think he'd represent any particular one way or the other. I also think, to the point that people have mentioned, there's a whole Boondocks episode that I think aligns to exactly what this is like.
Everything. I agree.
100%. I'm going to Canada. He'd be in Canada right now.
Y'all saw that.
Oh, let me be very particular. A black woman just made it to 100 black men. We rare. I'm kidding. No. Seriously though, like I think to your point, right? And I think Serenity is in line to what I believe, where I'm just like, messages like that just don't.
I always feel like
don't resonate the same way because of the way that they're delivered nowadays too. When back in the day when MLK gave a speech, that's the thing that would just be dwelled on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think that things are just too polarizing. I don't think that it's a rarity of objectivity now.
Oh, 100%. Not just, I'm not talking about politics. Fuck that. I'm talking about anything.
He would fall in that realm.
No. Oh, no. I meant like, I think to your point is applicable to everything.
Yeah. Fair.
Because I believe, I've said before, people can't accept the fact that it's either trash or it's amazing.
Right.
It's never just, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good time. I like it.
The Boondocks episode, he's like, what do you think about a black president, man? I was just like, and they got upset about that. It's just, there's no middle ground, I would say.
And I think like people are ready. People would rather take joy away from others than actually enjoy themselves. And I truly believe that
if we're miserable, then we have to make everybody else
make everybody else miserable. Instead of searching for something to make them not miserable.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fascinating paradigm that we live in nowadays. So they'd rather, and I've seen people would rather hate than bring joy. You'd rather cut someone up, chop someone up than actually boost someone up. Because we thrive in that sort of negative energy nowadays, and that negative cesspool. I truly, and I don't think it's America exclusive, but I do think we definitely lean
thrive
into it way more than a lot of other places.
Too much highlighted on it. But I also will say that I think that he will be trashed by both sides, and I also think he will be praised by both sides. But it depends on the generation, right? I think the older generation will praise him no matter what. Maybe they disagree with him, of course, but that older generation is a agree to disagree, but hey, I'm gonna get a beer with you afterwards. That type of conversation.
Somewhere,
maybe.
yeah.
But I think the younger generation...
I do think MLK is one of those people who has been pretty consistently like, no one touches him, in the sense of like, because of just some of the notions, but continue.
Yeah, no. I think the closest person to that was Malcolm X after he came back from Mecca. He was more of a Martin Luther King
energy.
Before he was just hostile. He was like, I'll fight anybody for. The one thing that used to get me upset, and this was during the George Floyd riots, and it's not going to be anything controversial, but it would annoy the hell out of me. So when Dan Rather, I think it was Dan Rather, that interviewed MLK, and he asked him upon the riots, and I've seen everybody on either Facebook or Instagram would try to justify rioting, like destroying their own community. And they would use his quote in doing so. They would say, well, rioting is the voice of the unheard, et cetera, et cetera. But they never quote the part where how he feels about the rioting. He thought it was not productive, but they never quoted that. And I always get frustrating how we pick and choose which quotes we use to justify our arguments.
I mean, haven't you ever heard anyone who uses the Bible? It's pick and choose.
Wait, small thing, real quick.
As a religious person, yeah.
On that topic,
you're good.
Cutting for time. There's this movie called Heretic. And the guy, Hugh Grant, there's these two Mormon young ladies, and they're trying to convert him to the religion. And they get to the end of the film, and the young lady figures out that the reason why he's doing all of this is because he's trying to show them that religion is just man trying to control. And initially, I didn't even think about it that way. But then if you go back in history, you think about Jim Jones, right? You think of Waco. You think of those cults, in that cult that was in Oregon somewhere. And I've seen some shows where it's like that, where people manipulate religion in order for them to control other people.
Yes.
And I just never thought about, was religion created just to have control? Different topic, deeper, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing. But yeah, going back to the MLK about the riot quote, it just annoys the fuck out of me that people always pick and choose which quote they want to use about that damn riot.
Well, because I mean, I think that, to your point, religion, politics, honestly, there's a lot, like these are leverage, like, because there's a separation of church and state. But honestly, the methodology of how, like, how people are so fervent over certain political terms and groups is similar to how people are fervent over their churches. It's very a fascinating kind of mental state where it's like, yeah, you're controlled by somebody. Even if you could say, oh, I'm not a religious person, but I'm a super political person, you're controlled by your politics. To your point, right? We pick and choose the quotations of how you relate to these things and don't apply into a whole blanket statement. And to that point, right? You know, I mean, it's a very fascinating thing to because, you know, with rioting, right, where I'm like, yes, I actually think there is a case for rioting. It's a very niche case. it's a destroying your own communities. I don't think that's because it's already a struggle to build those things back up. Right. And to that point, I think there are other progressive steps of how we can approach some. But I also think that was, to be honest, I also think there was a worldly endeavor happening at the time to make pent up energy lead down that path. That was just a contributing factor as well. But ultimately, to be real, it's upsetting to see how easily people can be played and try and play others.
Yeah.
And to the point, like, even when people quote, and this is why it's important for days like this where you're like having MLK days, because you learn more about him. And you actually, and you should take the time if you're going to quote somebody, you should take the time to read exactly their methodologies and their feelings behind it.
But yeah, to Serenity's point, Charlie Kirk being one of them, but to Serenity's point, they try to come after him because, of course, MLK, as the activist that he was a womanizer. He was. He did cheated on Coretta a couple of times. But some people use that as a way to discredit him because he was what? Imperfect. So I don't understand that.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
But I mean, how to put it, and one wrong doesn't internally. There are, how to put it. There are there are a couple of layers here. There is inquisitive, like, integral rules and laws that truly, I'm like, you cannot come back from. You're just like, you're discredited. I'm someone who's 100, like you've heard me say it on the show. I've never cheated, never had any interest. If I wanted to cheat, I'd leave. Semicolon. However, if you do that, that doesn't necessarily mean that what you offer and what you bring to the table is inherently bad.
That's a fine balance.
It's a fine balance for how you approach these things. No one's truly perfect. I know I can say that I'm not for cheating, and I'm not a perfect person.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I like my vices. I'm not exactly the nicest person all the time. But ultimately, right, like, hey, like, you're going to have your pros, you're going to have your cons. No one's perfect. And you just have to value what they bring to the table. Absolutely. And also, I've said it before. If someone's with someone who's cheated,
let them go.
No, because, you know, and I know in the past, there was a little bit of a different thing. Nowadays, I think a lot more women have a lot more autonomy. Therefore, they're able, women are equipped with a lot more autonomy. Therefore, they're able to navigate that situation. Just like, you know, I think it was way more okay for men to cheat And now I think just everybody who doesn't. But to that point, right? I think once you've accepted, I've said this before. Once somebody has accepted a cheater bag, that's on them. That's their battle to
It's
fight.
prerogative,
right? That's their own prerogative. They've chosen that route, and it's not your place to kind of have. You could not like someone, but it's not your place to try and slander them at that point in time. And to that point though, and to your point, Mac, like I get it, like, and again, I didn't come out here and implicitly say that I was like against 100, like I was against people doing what they did. I just said that while I'm not for that sort of action and that motivation, I'm not going to sit there and take away people's autonomy to have that choice.
Yeah.
I think, and also to Jordan's point, where people took what was said and didn't take the rest of that statement, did build into that play as well at that time. But that said,
all right, going to Serenity's point about the TikTok, and just say this: I'm not for the TikTok ban. I think that's dumb, and I think that's a way for the government to try to suppress free speech. It's a popular app where people are getting their information from, and they don't like that. It is a lucrative business, in my honest opinion, for the government to keep people struggling. There's never the government's not looking to fix things. They're looking to keep the status quo. They're looking to keep you broke. So yes, the TikTok situation, which, yeah, I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I just not, but I get why people would not want that ban. And I'm saying, wait, that bread no dumbass shit. Anyways,
it's no time out. That's the funniest byproduct.
Yes,
where it's like, hey, we wanted to ban for, and I had this conversation. If anyone ever wants to really get into privacy concerns, feel free to talk to me. But I've had that consideration where I'm like, it's funny how they tried to block the app because they were quote unquote protecting your privacy, and people went immediately to an app that was even more leaned in to the country that they're trying to prevent and be considerate of your privacy for.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. They're trying to talk to you about TikTok
and not
invading your privacy. Didn't we just had a big ass debacle a decade ago with Edward Snowden? Like, why does he exist? If you think TikTok is the worst when it comes to your privacy, why do we have Edward Snowden? Why does that exist?
Yeah.
Why does Reality Winner exist?
No, I've said this before. If TikTok, if people have problems, like people pick and choose what problems they have with their data, because any social media site you use, don't get me started on how easy. Like, I mean, I have more of a problem. To be honest, it's not TikTok's fault. I have more of a problem that someone can search up my name and know my address. Like, there's apps and things out there that can do that. Yeah. I have more of a problem with that than I do with anything that TikTok's offering me.
Yeah.
Yes, they know my location.
But that goes to.
But most of the apps on your phone know your location. Fun fact.
True. I mean, and I think that's what some apps. Well, I won't say some apps. Some phones now, I think all phones now can actually allow you to dictate which apps can actually use location services or not. Some prohibit you, but there's a lot of applications that prohibit you from being able to use their services. Correct. If you don't have. Here's the adjustment that was made. It used to be allow and disallow. And then now you might have noticed that it is allow when I'm using the app, allow only when I'm in the app, or only this time, and then disallow. Mm-hmm. You have more options, but your location is still tracked. But it's also always ask this app to track you or something like that. It'll give you that option as well. We can get into data all day, but of course, it is the biggest issue behind the TikTok ban. I mean, we're getting down to the weeds, but
yeah, we ain't on black stuff now. Now we just on things that irritated us.
Yeah, and again, their job is not to fix this country. To me, it's just to keep the people the way it is, and they want to complain and they want to bicker and all this bullshit. But that's just the gist of it.
No, they're throwing things to keep us, again, they're like the government, as with many larger organizations, throw things in our face to keep us distracted from the real issues that are happening. For the love of gosh, the TikTok ban is being talked about to a high degree when there's a literal state on fire.
Sorry, repeat that again.
I said the TikTok ban has been the most prevalent thing when there's a literal state on fire.
Don't even get in.
There's a literal state on fire. And you know what they said? Instead of worrying about the people on fire, they went back to politics. Because they try and weaponize incompetence. And there's enough dumb people out there that will be distracted. Because they keep on banking on the fact of leaving us uneducated. Leaving generation and continually degrading our own education system. Oh, if you really wanted my opinion, oh, I can't say that on the air. But back to Blaxcellence.
Yeah.
You guys will see us on a show soon. I'm certain, Jordan will pop his face into one of these sports shows sometime soon. Because, hey, shut up. You're going to come. But only if your team loses. But in addition to that, thank you guys for hanging out with us, as per usual. I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that. I'm gonna be honest with you. No. No.
That's a deep.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah. All of us are super read well on these subjects, and we spend our time on our free time. I think everybody on the show.
I'm here for the chaos too. I'm just letting everybody know I don't identify with neither party because I think both parties are trash, in my honest opinion. But I think that when it comes to politics, it depends on who you're having the conversation with, because you can't talk politics to everybody. You don't want to. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning and talk politics and then be shouted down at a coffee shop somewhere. Like, no one wants to do that. So I think it depends on who you talk it with. That's a very fine line.
Yeah, because shoot. You don't think I wanted to, slap Jordan when he's talking about politics? No, I'm kidding. No, literally. But if you ever want our opinions, catch us on our field time. Serenity, you'll come see us soon here in this next month. Come say what's up. So, we'll talk politics with you all you want in person.
Okay, Serenity. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah. Serenity's coming in February. I'm super excited. If anyone wants to see us, always feel free to come in town.
Boy, I tell you, if he come in here looking younger than us, and we're like, Black, do not.
Have you not seen Serenity?
I've never seen Serenity. I'm not in the Discord.
No, Serenity's cut. I'll show you a picture from Discord.
Okay, fair.
No. But no, thank you guys for joining us. We had a great time. Go, and you already know what we got to say. Go and try and read up something about MLK. Go and be Blaxcellent in your endeavors this week. And I guess, I don't know, go be Blaxcellent.